Chapter 2961. Chen Shang did not see Sun Lingxing there through the heaven-devouring rat. He felt that this kind of occasion was rather important, but Sun Lingxing was not here. He only heard the purple-clothed elder suddenly shout, "Recently, there have been a lot of outsiders wanting to enter world-defying stage divine mausoleum, and we will definitely not let them succeed. We just caught a foreigner sneaking in here." Quote. This is also why it caused such a big commotion. I know that everyone has always been very suspicious about this, and also have a lot of suspicions. Right now, no one needs to panic. We have already captured that outsider. Today we will publicly execute him. Quote. Chen Shang thought. He felt that the purple-clothed old man was not referring to him, but Tang Zongji. It was precisely because Tang Zongji came here to save him that he was captured. At that time, he must have also been at war, causing a huge commotion, but the purple-clothed elder did not immediately inform everyone about this matter, probably to hide the news of him being captured. This was because Sun Lingxing had treated Chen Shang pretty well. If Sun Lingxing knew about this, he would definitely come to save Chen Shang. This bunch of idiots, let's see what they'll use to deal with them later. Chen Shang had already let Tang Zongji go, but the old man in purple thought that the place they were imprisoning Tang Zongji was flawless. In next to no time, the purple-clothed old man found out about this matter. It should be because someone suddenly sent a sound transmission to him, so when he found out, he was extremely shocked. Not long after, Chen Shang sensed someone approaching. It should be to confirm that he did not run away. Chen Shang did not plan to leave right now. He still had other plans. The purple-clothed elderly man had personally come here. He was extremely worried that Chen Shang would run away, because they had not obtained all the cultivation methods yet. Elder, what do we do now? If I am unable to execute her, she will definitely come. A middle-aged man said to the purple-clothed old man in a low voice, earlier, that old fellow caused such a huge commotion here and we claimed to capture him. Just now, you said that you were going to execute him publicly. Furthermore, the little girl beside the proud goddess is also here, watching over her. Quote. What should we do now? That's all we have left. The purple-clothed elderly man looked at Chen Shang and was extremely anxious. Chen Shang never thought that these guys would actually be so afraid of Sun Lingxing. How about this, we use that move to force him to hand over his cultivation technique and then push him out to be executed. As long as he dies, even if the proud goddess knows him, she cannot say anything about us. The middle-aged man said, in any case, he broke into our clan and deserved to be killed. Moreover, we were forced by the pressure from above to make that decision. The purple-clothed old man listened and nodded. Use that move. After Chen Shang heard it, he sensed that something was wrong and immediately went on guard. However, the other party did not make a move. After 2 hours, the middle-aged man frowned. Strange, why hasn't his Wangwo poison flared up yet? It should be about time. The poisonous scent in his hands have already been used up. As long as his poison is acting up, he will beg us for help then. Quote. Chen Shang immediately understood that the other party was waiting for him to act. After being infected by the Wangwo poison, if one did not sniff that poisonous scent for a period of time, their entire body would feel extremely uncomfortable. Chen Shang had tried it before, and it was truly unbearable. Wait a little longer, he might have already been used to it for some time. The purple-clothed old man said softly. A plan immediately formed in Chen Zhang's mind. He suddenly trembled, pretending to be very uncomfortable, and then rolled around on the ground, continuously twitching and shouting. When the purple-clothed old man and middle-aged man saw this, they looked at each other and smiled. Kid, if you want to be comfortable, then cooperate with us. The purple-clothed old man said, quickly hand over the remaining cultivation methods. Previously, they did not dare use this move on Chen Shang because they were afraid that they would torment Chen Shang to death. Now, they had no other choice. Chen Shang felt it was funny. He had heard the conversation between the two outside just now, so he was very clear that if he were to hand over the rest of the cultivation technique, he would be directly pawned to death on the stage. Of course, the purple-clothed elderly man and the middle-aged man did not know that Chen Shang could hear their conversation, because Chen Shang was currently trapped in a barrier and was extremely sealed. I'll give. Chen Shang shouted, hurry up and give me the Wangwo scent. The old man laughed heartily and tossed a jade bottle to Chen Shang. Chen Shang opened it and pretended to smell it. Hurry up and hand it over. The purple-clothed old man said, otherwise, you will feel much better after 2 hours. Chen Shang immediately took out a jade tablet, took all the remaining fake methods and gave them to the purple-clothed old man. You will never be able to cultivate spatial energy. Chen Shang sneered in his heart. After Chen Shang handed over the cultivation technique, he was immediately escorted to the high platform. The purple-clothed elderly man held a big blade and stood behind Chen Shang, and shouted, "It's this guy that barged into my clan, we will execute him now." There were a few thousand people down there, but they had all shouted loudly for the old man to quickly execute Chen Shang. "Wait, I have something to say," Chen Shang suddenly shouted. "Cut the crap." When the purple-robed elder was on the way, he thought that the Wangwo poison would cause Chen Shang to become unconscious, but he never expected that Chen Shang would suddenly open his mouth. The purple-robed old man saw that Chen Shang had spoke, and immediately brandished his blade and chopped down, wanting to cut off Chen Zhang's head. But who knew that Chen Shang would suddenly disappear, and even the blade in his hand disappeared. The moment Chen Shang disappeared, the cheers from below suddenly stopped. Everyone was shocked. In their hearts, they were shocked that Chen Shang suddenly appeared again. When Chen Shang appeared, he wielded the large blade that the purple-clothed elder had used earlier and ruthlessly slashed at the purple-clothed elder. Wah! The instant Chen Shang brandished his blade, an extremely terrifying heavenly alchemy immortal power appeared. The divine might carrying a gush of flames gushed out, condensing into an extremely berserk blade aura, like a gigantic axe that was slashing straight at the purple-clothed old man. Boom! The Bladaki erupted out of his body as if it could split the heaven and earth apart. The moment it struck the old man's body, an earth-shattering shockwave came crashing down on him. The entire platform collapsed as the old man was sliced into pieces by the Bladaki. In the center of the plaza, there was even a deep ravine, left behind when Chen Shang cut down on them. "It was you who caught me in the everlasting forest, and you even used a very dense number of Wangwo poison S on me, forcing me to hand over my godly technique. My friend came to save me, and clashed with you, and in the end, was even captured by you guys." Chen Shang took out his Heavenly Alchemy Emperor seal. The Heavenly Alchemy Emperor seal was thrown up high into the sky by Chen Shang and instantly turned into a super huge mountain. "You forget me, divine race are a group of barbaric and evil people, go and die." Chen Shang roared. The gigantic Heavenly Alchemy Emperor seal smashed down, the gigantic plaza was ripped apart, the people who were trying to flee were all blown away by the spirit chi waves, all of them spat out blood, their bodies were covered in blood. Chapter 2962. Chen Shang recalled how those fellows used the extremely cruel and terrifying Wangwo poison S on him, and anger churned up unceasingly in his heart. He floated in the air, controlled the Heavenly Alchemy Emperor seal, and unceasingly smashed the ground. All the buildings here had already disappeared, and near the deep pit, there were forget-me divine race people who were badly injured and covered in blood. There were no world-defying stage here, and simply no one was a match for Chen Shang. Even though Chen Shang had not stepped into the world-defying stage, his current strength was already equivalent to half of the world-defying stages, not to mention that he was currently this angry. When he was angry, anger made him stronger. Although there were no world-defying stages here, with how large the commotion was, it had already alarmed the nearby world-defying stages. Chen Shang knew that there were several world-defying stages inside this forget-me divine race. One of them will be here right now. Chen Shang had already caught a middle-aged man, and this middle-aged man had caught him in the beginning as well. After he had swallowed the middle-aged man's memories, he found out that the mastermind behind the arrest was actually a world-defying stage. What happened? The one who came was a purple-robed elderly man. When Chen Shang saw this elderly man, he immediately recognized that this was the person who wanted his cultivation technique. When the purple-robed old man heard from Sun Lingxing that Chen Shang could control the power of space, he had the intention to snatch it away from him. Thus, he immediately sent people to the primordial forest to capture Chen Shang, and have them secretly imprison him, forcing Chen Shang to hand over his spatial technique. "It's you." The purple-robed old man couldn't help but be shocked when he saw Chen Shang. Of course he recognized him. "Old bastard, you're the one who sent people to capture me." "I've suffered a lot," Chen Shang said as he gnashed his teeth. Then, he teleported behind the purple-robed elder. Six Beasts Nirvana Seal. Chen Shang was furious. In one breath, he released all of the six beasts in his divine sense sea world and rushed into the center of the Heavenly Alchemy Emperor Seal. The Heavenly Alchemy Emperor Seal instantly fused with the six beasts' power and turned into a six-horned giant seal. Each corner of the Heavenly Alchemy Emperor Seal had a mighty beast statue. The giant seal contained Chen Zhang's strongest power, and at the same time, Chen Shang was still continuously channeling Dao energy into it. He never thought that Chen Shang would actually have such a powerful strength. He wanted to dodge, but he didn't expect that his body wouldn't be able to move, as Chen Shang had already used the power of space to bind him. "You old bastard, go to hell!" Chen Shang bellowed, his body suddenly swelled up, a burst of aura that looked down upon the world surged out, the 6 beasts in the sky released sets of earth-shaking roars, with a mighty aura, it erupted wave after wave of energy, pressuring the giant seal to smash down. The 6 beasts' lone death seal instantly smashed onto the ground, destroying the purple-robed elder. The purple-robed elder's pained cry was the first to be released. It was extremely miserable as layers upon layers of the seal fell onto the ground, followed by the violent sound of the giant seal hitting the ground. "Old bastard, your fate is too tough." Chen Shang controlled the giant seal to float in the air, and then smashed it down ruthlessly. It pressed down consecutively for more than 10 times, and the area of 500 kilometers around it deeply caved in. Of course, those who were severely injured just now had all been turned into ashes by this point. Just now, when Chen Shang was about to be killed, that group of people shouted the most fiercely, and all of them revealed a vicious aura. They were all filled with evil qi, so Chen Shang did not plan on letting them go. The purple-robed old man slowly floated in the air. Although his entire body was in a sorry state and he had been severely injured, he still looked like he could fight. "You can't kill me, little bastard, you're underestimating me, haha, my world-defying stage is immortal." The purple-robed old man wildly laughed, "And you've already given me your cultivation method. I will train the power of space sooner or later." Chen Shang took out the heavenly magic sword and the 6 beasts nirvana seal was also kept by him. He laughed coldly, "Old bastard, you think that I would hand over the real spatial cultivation technique to you? You're too naive, those are all things lousy made up to fool you." Quote. "What?" The purple-robed elder was infuriated, and a wave of energy rippled out from his body. Chen Shang immediately teleported over and released Tianchuang furnace, allowing it to bombard the purple-robed elder's head violently. He instantly smashed the head hundreds of times, causing the opponent's head to bleed. At the same time he kept on thrusting the sword. He never thought that the elder's body was actually so strong. His heavenly magic sword was unable to pierce through it. "Haha, you won't be able to kill me. Even if that little girl Sunling Xing comes, she will still not be able to kill me. Once in world-defying stage, she will never die." Even though the purple-robed elder was injured all over and was being continuously attacked by Chen Shang, he still laughed out loud, "I'm going to take your memories right now. Dream on." Seeing that his opponent was attacking, Chen Shang immediately teleported to dodge. He did not expect that after being attacked so fiercely by Chen Shang, the old fellow was still so strong. At the same time, he had also consumed a lot of energy. He planned to deal with the opponent for a period of time, recover himself, and then think of a way to kill the opponent. A purple light swept out like a meteor, and a noble beautiful woman dressed in a purple dress appeared. It was Sunling Xing. Chen Shang. Sunling Xing was shocked. She looked around and frowned, then immediately understood what was happening. Sensing the dead aura around, she knew that a lot of people had died. All of them were from her Forget-Me divine race. "I did it, all the Forget-Me divine race people here were killed by me." Chen Shang said coldly. If it were not for her blabbering, he would not be tormented by the Wangwo poison, and he would not fight with others here. "Uncle Sun, stop." Sunling Xing's voice was cold. She was obviously angry. She only wanted to clarify the situation, and with a wave of her hand, she released a ball of purple light mist, covering the purple-robed elder. "What the hell is going on?" Sunling Xing asked coldly. "Little girl, I'm your uncle, please respect me." At the same time, he was also injured, and Sunling Xing's strength was obviously stronger than his, which was why he was able to control him. "Old bastard, I can't kill you now, but I will come look for you when I enter the world-defying stage. At that time, I will kill all of this Forget-Me divine race." Chen Shang was about to teleport after speaking, but his body was suddenly wrapped in the purple light. He anxiously used the white tiger to jump and obtain the power Sunling Xing released. "Explain the situation, don't leave," Sunling Xing said with an extremely strict tone. "I can't be bothered to tell you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have suffered. I admit that I'm not an innocent person, so it would be very hard for me to fall for the Wangwo poison. However, you guys who grow Wangwo poison and use Wangwo poison to deal with other people are even more repulsive than me. You bullshit, forget me, divine race should just disappear together with the Wangwo flower, was extremely furious. Being poisoned by Wangwo poison was not an easy thing to endure. Who poisoned you? Sun Lingxing had also felt Chen Zhang's anger at this moment, and her expression had become extremely serious. But right now, you don't look like you've been poisoned. Chapter 2963. Sun Lingxing knew that the use of Wangwo flower to refine Wangwo scent was forbidden, but she did not care about the fact that someone was secretly refining them. Now that she knew that someone was using this poison to poison someone, and even knew who it was, she was extremely angry. It was this old turtle who sent people to poison me. He used quite a few of them, and caused me to fall asleep for 10 days and 10 nights. After I woke up, I used my reliance on poisonous scents to force me to hand over my spatial technique. Luckily, my friend came over to save me and helped me to cure the poison in my body, so I could get rid of that pain. Chen Shang snorted. He did not know how he could kill the purple-robed man. Is this for real? Sun Lingxing's body trembled. She finally understood that when Chen Shang looked at her, his eyes were filled with anger and resentment. She had indeed told her clan's rankers about Chen Zhang's powerful spatial energy. This led to a chain of events that happened to Chen Shang later on. Ask him. Chen Shang glared at the purple-robed elder. The purple-robed elder laughed coldly. Bullsh*T. Now, all the people here have been killed by him. Girl, do you want to listen to an outsider and not believe my uncle? I am your father's elder brother. Quote. Chen Shang sneered. I knew you would say that. He looked at Sun Lingxing and said, it doesn't matter if you believe me or not. In short, one day, I will destroy this guy and burn the entire sea of Wangwo flower. Goodbye. Wait, Sun Lingxing didn't know who to believe at this time either. I don't have time to waste on you. If this old man can recover his strength, I will be the one to die. Haha, you must be feeling guilty. You killed thousands of our god race members, and it's like you just ran away. Don't even think about it. The purple-robed elder laughed loudly. Sun Lingxing frowned, then two powerful spirit chi suddenly surged over, another two world-defying stages, one was middle-aged, the other was an old lady. That's right, how can we let him leave just like that? He killed a lot of people. The middle-aged man said. Seventh uncle, aunt, you came too. Sun Lingxing was suddenly in a difficult situation. These were her elders, and she wanted to take care of this matter by herself, but it was impossible now. The two elders would definitely help her uncle. You bastards want me to stay. Could he hold on to it? I admit that you are both world-defying stages and all of you are very strong, but if you give me time, I will step all of you under my feet sooner or later. After Chen Shang finished speaking, his body suddenly exploded with a strong burst of spatial energy, and in the blink of an eye, he disappeared. Seeing Chen Shang use such powerful spatial energy, the purple-robed elder, the middle-aged man, and the old lady all had faces full of envy and jealousy. Sun Lingxing also saw something in their eyes, and the greed in them was obvious. Chen Shang teleported into the primordial forest. When he arrived there, he was finally relieved. The pressure he felt from facing the four world-defying stages was not small at all. World-defying stage can't enter this place. I should be very safe now, and I'm not afraid of those Wangwo poison anymore. Although Chen Shang was able to return, she felt a little unhappy that she did not kill the purple-robed elder. I can only take it slowly, I am still not world-defying stage. Chen Shang sighed in his heart, then went to look for Tang Zongji. If Tang Zongji had not suddenly brought the detoxification pill and ingredients here, he didn't know what would happen to him right now, so he had to go and thank Tang Zongji. Lingxing, if you hadn't been indecisive, how would you have let that kid run away? Now that's good, everyone here has been killed by him. Although they are just the lowliest clansmen in our god race, they still belong to our forget-me divine race, and those are the lives of everyone here. The purple-robed elder reprimanded. Leave this matter to me, I will definitely find him. Sun Lingxing said, even if my cultivation regress, I will still enter the Aoshi forest to find him. Spirit Star, let's just forget about this matter. Those guys don't need to make you lose that much. Sun Lingxing was an outstanding disciple of the Sun family. At such a young age, he was already a world-defying stage, and he was also a pure person with a mind. He would not be affected by the Wangwo flower, and was a treasure of the Sun family. Right, leave this matter to us to handle. We'll send people into the forest to look for him. This time, we will dispatch some of our royal-grade experts. The middle-aged man smiled and said, Lingxing, you don't need to worry about this matter. Sun Lingxing nodded his head. All right, I believe you. Even though she said so, when she turned around, a glimmer flashed in her eyes. Afterwards, she went back with her 3 elders. Inside the everlasting forest, Chen Shang was looking for Tang Zongji everywhere. I shouldn't have teleported old Tang to somewhere else, right? Chen Shang was secretly worried. He could only wait at the tree hole he had previously opened. When night fell, he suddenly sensed someone approaching and hastily turned invisible. However, when he sensed that it was Tang Zongji's qi, he became at ease. Old Tang. Chen Shang anxiously rushed out from the tree hole and chuckled. Chen Shang, hee, you're finally back. Tang Zongji was very happy to see Chen Shang, and laughed. Those guys can't keep me. Chen Shang laughed. What happened over there? There's quite the commotion, Tang Zongji asked anxiously. After that, Chen Shang continued to add fuel to the fire by bragging about what had happened inside, and because he trusted Tang Zongji greatly, he did not fear revealing his own strength. Fighting against 4 world-defying stages at the same time, you're awesome. Tang Zongji praised repeatedly, then said smilingly, if it wasn't for me desperately defending this world-defying stage divine mausoleum, I would still be a world-defying stage who had successfully cultivated his profound body, so I washed this forget-me divine race clean. Old Tang, is the world-defying stage divine mausoleum really worth your weight? Why are you waiting for world-defying stage divine mausoleum? Otherwise, you would at least be in the world-defying stage's profound rank right now, and you could even be in the holy rank. Chen Shang asked. It's worth it. The world-defying stage Dao ancestor and the world-defying stage evil ancestor only have world-defying holy body s. If you want to cultivate a divine body, you can only enter the world-defying stage divine mausoleum. I heard that there are experts with divine bodies inside. Tang Zongji said. I am not the only one who has been guarding this place for so many years, there are also many old fellows who have placed their bets on world-defying stage divine mausoleum. You have to know that if we are unable to cultivate our divine bodies, then they will be meaningless to us. Tang Zongji sighed. Chen Shang had already cultivated enough control of time, if he returned, he would also face the threat of world-defying stage like the High Priest. Although he could injure the purple-robed old man last time, he did not counterattack much, and the purple-robed old man did not want to kill him in order to obtain the spatial technique, if not he would not be so easy. Chapter 2964. If it was the past, Chen Shang would not consider such things, but now, he felt that he would be stepping into the world-defying stage very soon, and should be considering for the future, if not he could only cultivate world-defying holy body in the future. Right now we are extremely safe in Aoshi Forest, with our strength, even if we are surrounded by multiple venerable ancestor later stages, we will not be caught, unless we are poisoned. I don't think that sort of thing will ever happen again. Tang Zongji still had the antidote that Chen Shang had refined for him, and the quality was much better than what he had refined himself. Now, they already had a poison pill to guard against Wangwo poison. Once poisoned, he only needed to eat it immediately and the effects of the pill would be active in his body. That kind of poisonous scent would not have any effect on them. Chen Shang nodded his head. That's right, they won't be able to succeed a second time. I think they won't be able to let this go easily. Although there are many world-defying stages in their forget-me divine race, none of them can enter this place. Once they do, their strength will not be much stronger than us. Quote. Although Chen Shang had safely returned, he was still unwilling to let go. It was because he did not kill the purple-robed elder, and he even suspected that it was not only the purple-robed elder that had harmed him. The old woman and the middle-aged man might have been involved as well. Those people all wanted to obtain his spatial technique, even if it meant taking the risk of offending Sun Lingxing. So Chen Shang was very sure that before long, the world-defying stage would send more people over. Old Tang, we have to guard against them more. Is there anywhere safe here? Chen Shang asked. He felt that it would be more dangerous on the ground. Although the everlasting forest is large, for the people of the Venerable Ancestor later stage, with their speed, they should be able to quickly search the entire forest. Moreover, their forget-me divine race has other methods to find people, so it's not easy to hide. Tang Zongji shook her head, but you don't have to worry, as long as we are together, taking care of each other, they will not succeed in doing so. If you are going to go into closed-door cultivation, then I will guard nearby. Alright, it looks like that's the only way. Chen Shang still had to continue refining Heaven and Earth Infinite Dan, as it would allow him to step into the world-defying stage. In addition, he could now use the time laws to buy him quite a bit of time. Time Ghost can turn 1 day into 1 year, and I can only turn 1 month. It looks like I have to continue working hard. Chen Shang entered a tree cave and stood guard at the entrance. Chen Shang entered the tree cave and continued refining his Heaven and Earth Infinite Dan. Although he entered the tree cave, the moment he entered, he immediately released his spatial protection and even released his 6 realms mirrors to protect himself. Then, he entered his own divine sense sea world and released the power of time, enveloping his entire being and refining pills there. After doing all this, he was still worried. He also released several hundred heaven-devouring rats and scuttled around the forest. The moment someone approached him, he would be able to find out earlier than Tang Zongji. After the last incident, his heart was already a little shady, so his defense was very thorough. Chen Zhang's goal was to refine 100 Heaven and Earth Infinite Dan that were refined using the 3 crash techniques. He had already refined some at the Time Ghost before and it was not too far from his goal. After all, he could use the time laws now. In the blink of an eye, 1 month had passed, yet Chen Shang had already stayed in the Yuyao Mountain Villa for over 30 months. The Tao energy here is so dense, if we were to eat the Heaven and Earth Infinite Dan here, the effects might be even better. When Chen Shang entered earlier, he was already surprised by the rich Tao energy inside. Rich isn't a good thing either. If I eat the Heaven and Earth Infinite Dan, with the speed at which the Heaven and Earth Infinite Dan is absorbing Tao energy crazily from the outside world, it would be easy for it to be discovered. Jiang Sime said. Chen Shang nodded his head. If you guys ate it in the Yuyao Mountain Villa, it would not be too big of a commotion, you guys try it first. While Chen Shang was refining the pellet, he would research the myriad Tao's divine arts. He chose a portion of the techniques suitable for the Mei Jing sisters to cultivate and let them cultivate. However, only Zhang Sijing had the patience to cultivate. They all had twin life arts, as long as one of them succeeded in stepping into world-defying stage. In terms of cultivation, Zhang Sijing had more patience and potential. Although Jiang Sime was fine with it, her personality was one of impatience. Elder brother Shen, then I'll eat it now. Big sis and big sister Chu Mu will take care of these fields. Zhang Sijing took the Heaven and Earth Infinite Dan that Chen Shang gave him and then entered a secret room. Chen Shang gave Zhang Sijing more than half of the Heaven and Earth Infinite Dan. Previously, he was extremely anxious to get into the world-defying stage, but now, he was somewhat hesitant, because he still wanted to stay in the forest. If one stepped into the world-defying stage, continuing to stay in this forest would cause one's cultivation to regress. In the end, he decided to give it a try first. Whether or not he could let Mei Jing sisters and Long Qiumu enter the world-defying stage, if they could, he wouldn't have anything to worry about even if he was needed outside. I hope the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum can open it quickly. I just need to go inside and take a look. Chen Shang also wanted to know the secret to cultivating the primordial divine body, this way he would be able to directly reach this peak in the future. In the remaining time, he continued to refine Heaven and Earth Infinite Dan. At this time, he had made great progress. He was able to progress to the 4th crash. He felt that he would only need to eat 50 to 60 pills to break through. Even if it was given to Long Qiumu to eat, he would still have a lot left. Chen Shang had already been in closed-door cultivation for 2 months, and that was only outside time. On the other hand, several years had already passed since he came out of Yuyao Mountain Villa. She had cultivated for such a long time, she most likely had a chance of entering the world-defying stage. Chu Mu, once Sijing comes out, it's your turn to go in. Chen Shang gave Long Qiumu some Heaven and Earth Infinite Dan. What about you? You aren't going to continue forging? Long Qiumu was also excited at this moment, she couldn't wait to step into world-defying stage. There's something going on outside, I have to go out and take a look. If too many fellows from Forget Me Divine Race come, he might not be able to handle it. Chen Shang said. The heaven-devouring rat he released outside saw a few black-clothed men sneaking in, they were obviously not from inside the forest. Chen Shang walked out of the tree cave and was drinking with a few elders. When he saw Chen Shang coming out, he shouted anxiously, "Brat, you're finally out of seclusion." Before this, Chen Shang knew that there would be people coming to find Tang Zongji from time to time, and these were all Tang Zongji's friends, so he walked over with a smile. However, he was a little worried in his heart, because the heaven-devouring rat he released was revealing more and more black-clothed men. Chapter 2965. Tang Zongji saw that Chen Zhang's expression was strange, and anxiously asked, "What's wrong?" Chen Shang frowned. "A group of black-clothed men are coming over. If I'm not mistaken, they are the ones who sent them." The black-clothed man and the large group of people were all walking towards them. When Tang Zongji heard this, he was sure that the Forget-Me divine race had finally sent people over. "Everyone, let's split up," Tang Zongji said. He had obviously told his friends before. Soon, his friends left in several different directions. "Chen Shang, let's go as well," Tang Zongji said. Chen Shang shook his head. "If we do not resolve this matter, we will definitely not be at peace here. Right now, we need to first figure out how they determined that I am here." Chen Shang had always been suspicious about this matter. Previously, when he was sneakily attacked, the other party had already determined his position, which was why he was able to get his hands on the treasure. Thus, he had to find out. Only in this way would he be able to avoid it. "Old Tang, leave first, I'm planning on sneaking an attack on them." After Chen Shang finished speaking, he immediately turned invisible. So far, there were more than 20 black-clothed men who had discovered his heaven-devouring rat, so these black-clothed men must all be venerable ancestor later stages with decent strength. If not for Chen Zhang's heaven-devouring rat being able to see things at night, he would have very likely discovered them. The black-clothed man was extremely fast. When the heaven-devouring rat had discovered them, they were still very far away, but now they were gradually approaching. Although Tang Zongji was close to death and had decent strength, it was still possible to fight against the black-clothed men. However, Chen Shang prevented him from participating in the battle and allowed him to leave quickly. After Chen Shang used the counter power to conceal himself, he had completely hidden himself and Tang Zongji had already fled far away. They stopped. "Is it because I have completely hidden myself?" Using the heaven-devouring rat, Chen Shang discovered that the black-clothed men had suddenly stopped, and began to make guesses in his heart. At the same time, he was also rushing towards the black-clothed men. He must get rid of these men in black clothes and let Forget-Me divine race know how powerful he was. "I wonder how strong these men in black are." When Chen Shang got closer, he was still a little hesitant. After all, the other party had been sent by the Forget-Me divine race, and the Forget-Me divine race's world-defying stage already knew his background. They knew his strength, so they would definitely not send some weak people over. The Forget-Me divine race would definitely send out a very powerful venerable ancestor later stage to capture him. After nearing it, Chen Shang became even more careful. Even though he was hidden, he could not completely hide himself. The Sun Lingxing from before and Tang Zongji could both discover him. "We've been discovered." When Chen Shang got closer, he saw through the heaven-devouring rat that the black-clothed men who were hovering in the forest suddenly became very cautious. They all took out their weapons, which were black long blades that emitted a threatening killing intent. They must have sensed Chen Shang coming closer, so they were prepared to fight. Fortunately, not all of the 20 or so black-clad men were gathered together. All of them were in groups of 2 or 3, with some distance between them. "Even if you could discover me, it would be useless." When Chen Shang got closer, he controlled a few heaven-devouring rats to suddenly jump out of the forest, making quite a few movements. After the 3 men in black noticed him, they immediately gave chase. At the same time, Chen Shang quietly teleported behind them. The extremely sharp heavenly magic sword in his hand was injected with extremely strong spirit chi, causing the heavenly magic sword to become even more tyrannical. Combined with the god-murdering sword techniques, he was able to decapitate the 3 black-clothed men in an instant. Then, with a few quick sword attacks, they exterminated their bodies and sealed their heads inside the 6 realms mirrors. After taking down the 3 black-clothed men, Chen Shang immediately used soul-absorbing devil spell on the 6 realms mirrors, engulfing the black-clothed men's memories. Chen Shang found what he wanted to know from their memories. These guys can actually use this kind of demonic technique. Chen Shang found him when the other party found out about it. Inside the Forget-Me divine race, there was an extremely mystical method that allowed people to sense where Chen Shang was. It seemed to be somewhat similar to the method in the 6 realms time and space door. Because it was too profound, these black-clothed men didn't know the principles behind this technique. And before they came, an elder who had used a secret art like this to refine their souls. "It seems like they used my aura to determine my location. As long as I let even a little of my aura out, they would immediately know where I am." Chen Shang took a deep breath. he had leaked a lot of spirit chi now, so the few men in black quickly rushed over. These naive fellows, Chen Shang sneered in his heart, then summoned all the heaven-devouring rat back. He injected his power into all of them, and then had hundreds of them run all over the forest. Just as Chen Shang had guessed, those black-clothed men were immediately stunned, because they suddenly had a lot of targets, and they were all very active as they ran all over the place. At this point of time, they had no way of ascertaining Chen Zhang's location. These guys are only here to check if I'm still here. They just need to confirm. Now it seems that they have already confirmed it, and from now on, they will send some of their so-called Emperor stage venerable ancestors to deal with me. At this time, Chen Shang began to counterattack. When he encountered those black-clothed men, he killed them one by one and fed them to the rats. Emperor stage venerable ancestor is the strongest venerable ancestor realm in the entire Forget-Me divine race. It is said that all of them are people who have only half a foot into the world-defying stage. They are just a bit away from cultivating to the world-defying soul in the primordial profound body. They are all extremely extraordinary fellows. From the memories of the black-clothed men, Chen Shang knew that the Forget-Me divine race was vigorously cultivating this kind of powerful venerable ancestor realm. He had cultivated these people's 6 souls and the myriad Tao's golden body to the extreme, and was very close to the world-defying soul in the prideful profound body. If they were willing to put in a little more effort to push it, this group of people would very likely be able to step into the world-defying stage, and they would even be able to become a true world-defying stage who possessed the world-defying soul in an unrivaled profound body. Of course, this group wouldn't necessarily succeed, it wouldn't be easy to enter the world-defying stage. But once they succeed, then it would be a very strong world-defying stage. Chen Shang knew from the black-clothed man's memories that Sun Lingxing was originally also a Emperor stage venerable ancestor, and that after she comprehended it herself, she would be able to cultivate the world-defying soul. Now that she could cultivate an arrogant profound body, her strength would greatly increase. There are actually 3 branches in the Forget-Me divine race, Sun, Zhou, and Wang. They are also very complicated. Although Chen Shang had assimilated the memories of the black-clothed man, the black-clothed man did not have a lot of understanding of Forget-Me divine race. In merely a single night, those black-clothed men had all been killed by Chen Shang. However, at this moment, his heart was still very heavy. He was considering whether or not to leave this place, because the Emperor stage venerable ancestor who came to capture him was extremely terrifying. Chapter 2966. Chen Shang did not know when the Emperor stage venerable ancestor would come, and even until dawn, he had not gone to find Tang Zongji. At this moment, he was still hesitating whether he should go and spar with the Emperor stage venerable ancestor. If it was 1 or 2, he felt that he could deal with them. However, if it was a large group, he had no confidence. From the memories of the black-clothed man, he knew that the 3 clans in Forget-Me divine race were able to cultivate a group of such Emperor stage venerable ancestor. It was morning and the sun was shining inside the forest. Chen Shang said, "Let's stay and take a look, I don't believe that they are really that powerful." Chen Shang was wandering around in the forest. He did not go to the location of the world-defying stage divine mausoleum, he did not want to cause a huge battle there. The Emperor stage venerable ancestor came faster than he had expected. It was just that at dawn, they arrived. Although there was only 1 person, his aura was extremely terrifying. "It's really strong." Chen Shang clenched his fists, he was already prepared to fight. In a short while, the Emperor stage venerable ancestor arrived in front of him. What Chen Shang did not expect was that Emperor stage venerable ancestor was actually a handsome man wearing a luxurious gold robe. He looked heroic and overbearing, with an evil smile on his lips. "Come back with me." The man smiled faintly. "If that's the case, neither of us will have to put in effort." "What a good ending. You are the one who was relaxed. When I go back, I will definitely be tortured to death by those old fellows." Laughed coldly, the Forget-Me divine race knew that he was strong, but he had only sent 1 Emperor stage venerable ancestor. In other words, they had a lot of confidence in the Emperor stage venerable ancestor, or perhaps gave this man in front of them a powerful divine tool or the like. "As long as you cooperate, that won't happen. Our clan's elders are quite easy to talk to." The golden-robed man smiled. "As long as you obediently hand over your spatial technique to us, I guarantee that you will be able to leave our Forget-Me divine race safe and sound." "You want a spatial cultivation technique? Even if your entire family kneels and begs me, I still won't give you bastards a chance." The Heavenly Alchemy Emperor seal had already appeared in Chen Zhang's hand. Then I can only work a bit harder. The golden-robed man smiled and waved his hand. Suddenly, a golden light flashed. Chen Shang had never expected that after being enveloped by the golden light, his entire body would be pierced through, as if his entire body was pierced through by the golden light. Although his body was in pain, Chen Shang could still endure it. He immediately teleported away to avoid the enemy's next fierce attack. Sure enough, after he teleported, he saw the golden-robed man's hands wildly dance as they shot out golden beams of light. These golden beams of light were extremely terrifying. The trees that were struck by this golden light were instantly reduced to golden mist. In the blink of an eye, the surrounding hundreds of miles were empty. All the trees had disappeared. Emperor Stage Venerable Ancestor, you really do have some strength. Chen Shang had already used counter power to conceal himself. This trick is useless to me. He had already realized that Chen Shang was not as easy to deal with as he had imagined, especially since Chen Shang knew about the power of space and could always teleport away to avoid his attacks. No matter if it was strength or speed, he had reached the peak of Venerable Ancestor realm. He was only slightly weaker than Chen Shang, who even knew how to use spatial power. Looks like this is the only way. The golden-robed man suddenly took out a ball of light and threw it into the air. The ball of light exploded in the air for a moment before a huge net suddenly appeared, covering the entire area and forming a huge golden light barrier. The giant net that was emitting a golden light gradually closed, bringing with it a wave of oppressive pressure. It was extremely powerful. Is this the power of the world-defying stage? Chen Shang was shocked in his heart. That power made him feel fear. He immediately used the white tiger's jump in an attempt to jump out of the web, but it was unable to pierce through the energy. The powerful energy actually caused the space to become extremely stable, and even had the ability to absorb the energy. No wonder he was so confident. So it turns out that he has such a powerful item in his hands. Chen Shang saw that the giant net was tightening and that he was right in the middle of it. If he couldn't run out, he would be caught sooner or later. This is a world-defying artifact, you can't handle it. The golden-robed man was extremely proud. Right now, both of his hands were holding 2 golden beads. These 2 pearls released 2 beams of light, which linked up with the huge web. After Chen Shang saw it, his eyes brightened and he said in his heart, the world-defying artifact should be very scary, and requires a lot of power to activate. The 2 pearls in this guy's hands should contain the power of a world-defying stage ranker, so he can activate this huge net, and as long as I cut off the energy source of this net, I will be able to free myself. Alright, then I'll give it a try. Chen Shang immediately controlled the heaven-devouring rat outside to jump over. In just an instant, over 1,000 heaven-devouring rat rushed over from all directions. Although these heaven-devouring rat only had the power of the early stage of the Venerable Ancestor realm, and although they were extremely weak in front of the Emperor stage Venerable Ancestor, they still had another strong ability, which was to devour. The golden-robed man did not expect that so many rats would suddenly jump out. Furthermore, they were not weak. After they flew up, they exploded on their own, causing no small amount of energy shockwaves, causing him to be flustered and panicked. At this moment, he was covered by the heaven-devouring rat that was constantly self-destructing. Being covered by balls of explosion, he was unable to see Chen Shang, but he could feel the 2 golden beads in his hands releasing its energy. The golden net would absorb the energy released by the golden bead, so he was not worried. When the golden-robed man was distracted, Chen Shang controlled the 200 more heaven-devouring rat to devour the golden light beams released by the 2 golden pearls. The heaven-devouring rat did not let Chen Shang down. In just an instant, it had cut off the power of the golden pearl that was released, stopping the golden net from absorbing the power of the world. Very quickly, the golden light from the golden net disappeared. Without the oppressing force, Chen Shang immediately used the white tiger to jump onto the net in the middle. In the center of the giant net, there was a bead at the top. Chen Shang took out the 6 realms mirrors and stored the bead inside, then threw out the Heavenly Alchemy Emperor seal. The golden-robed man finally shook all the rats away, but he was stupefied. The giant golden net and Chen Shang were both gone, and just as he was panicking, a violent wave of Heavenly Alchemy Immortal power enveloped him. Boom! The Heavenly Alchemy Emperor seal erupted with a roar, flickering with 6 colored clouds that pressured towards the golden-clothed man with a power that shook the world. Ah! The golden-robed man could not help but scream out, because when the Heavenly Alchemy Emperor seal pressed down, the resulting energy was currently tearing apart his body and soul. Roo! The giant seal fell to the ground, shattering the soul. The golden-clothed man's body and soul, along with the shockwave created by the giant seal as it hit the ground, swept through the entire forest. Chapter 2967. Aoshi Forest had always been peaceful. Now that there was such a big commotion, all the old guys hiding inside were alarmed. Those who were brave immediately ran over to take a look. Not long after Chen Shang left, there were a few dozen elders floating in the air, looking down at the forest that was growing and recovering quickly. What the hell is this guy? He actually fought like this. Yeah, it's been a long time since there's such a commotion. I feel like there's only us guys who have such strength. Could it be that we've just arrived? Even the world-defying artifact have appeared. Could it be that he used the world-defying stage divine power orb to activate the world-defying artifact to fight? Only the Forget-Me Divine race will have world-defying artifact. Quote. It should be the Forget-Me Divine race. There's still some of their chi left, but it seems like they have been killed. Who was it? There's going to be a good show. The Forget-Me Divine race and other Emperor stage Venerable ancestor will definitely come in one by one, hee. Who exactly is the Forget-Me Divine race heated up? He actually ate so much that even his world-defying artifact was killed by someone else. That fellow is also incredible. Chen Shang, who was far away from the battlefield, heard the conversation of these rankers through the heaven-devouring rat hiding in the vicinity. He was secretly surprised. He never thought that there were actually so many old fellows in the Aoshi forest, and it seemed like he did not even have any good impressions of the Forget-Me Divine race. Furthermore, the trees in the forest were very strange. They had already been destroyed during the battle, but now they were regrowing again. Even the soil that was blown away by the battle chi was gradually recovering. It was just that not long after, the battlefield which was riddled with wounds just now, had already changed to its original state. It was impossible for Chen Shang to see how much damage had been done, which made Chen Shang very surprised. Fortunately, these heaven-devouring rat could still be nurtured from the dragon beast. As long as he infused enough energy into the dragon beast rat emperor beads, it would be able to give birth to a steady stream of heaven-devouring rat. The heaven-devouring rat had given him a lot of convenience, so he continued to release the heaven-devouring rat to investigate the yellow rank ancestors. Those fellows will definitely return. They have lost a world-defying artifact and an emperor stage venerable ancestor. We might have to send out more powerful forces, so it's unlikely that someone will deal with me alone. Chen Shang thought. The world-defying artifact was not of much use to him right now, because he was unable to activate it. He would need the world-defying stage divine power to activate it. I don't know when it will come, but I have to be on guard. Chen Shang was a little depressed at the moment. He also wanted to try out that world-defying artifact, but he couldn't step into the world-defying stage yet. Yes, if Sijing and the others stepped into the world-defying stage, they would be able to obtain the world-defying stage divine power and directly provide it to me. That way, I would be able to use that world-defying artifact. Chen Shang was now really looking forward to the moment Zhang Sijing stepped into the world-defying stage. The fact that Zhang Sijing had stepped into the world-defying stage meant that Zhang Sime would be coming soon, and then would be Long Qiumu. If Long Qiumu managed to cultivate to world-defying stage, her strength would definitely increase. After all, she had a lot of experience in battles. Chen Shang was currently hiding inside the tree cave and was using the counter power to conceal himself. As long as he did not emit his aura, the Emperor stage venerable ancestor would not be able to sense him. I wonder how old Tang is doing. Don't look for him for now. Chen Shang planned to wait inside till the world-defying stage divine mausoleum opened, and then go see Tang Zongji. When Tang Zongji was with his friends at this time, he had already heard that Chen Shang had defeated Emperor stage venerable ancestor and even snatched away the world-defying artifact in the Emperor stage venerable ancestor's hands. This made him extremely happy, and he could only silently hope that Chen Shang could smoothly pass through the Forget-Me Divine Race's chase. After a few days, Chen Shang, who was hiding in the tree cave, suddenly shivered. His heaven-devouring rat sensed a few extremely terrifying auras. They were already close to the type that belonged to world-defying stage. If he was not sure that the world-defying stage was unable to enter the everlasting forest, he would have thought that the auras were released by the world-defying stage warriors. Their speed is beautiful, my heaven-devouring rat can't even see their figures. Chen Shang was even more surprised. Could he be heading towards me? Although the heaven-devouring rat could not see the experts flying at high speeds, it could sense that they were heading towards him. However, he also felt that it was impossible, because he had obviously concealed his aura. Even if the other party had that secret technique, they would definitely not be able to discover him. Did they have other secret skills? Chen Shang could only guess. After all, there were those in the Forget-Me divine race who knew how to use the Heaven Extended Method S. He flew out of the tree hole. The moment he flew out, he sensed that the auras were nearby. So powerful, are they really from world-defying stage? Chen Shang felt a tinge of fear in his heart, but he then suddenly teleported. Just as he teleported, he sensed a scorching chi at the place he was previously at, following which a wave of flames surged towards him. A large portion of the trees in the everlasting forest were enveloped in flames, and Chen Shang was right in that area just now. Chen Shang turned his head to look at the raging flames and couldn't help but shiver in his heart. If he was the one at the center of the flames earlier and was struck like this, he wasn't sure if he would have been able to withstand it. At this moment, he heard another rumbling sound, accompanied by waves of violent thunder and lightning aura. They didn't notice that I had already left, so they made their second attack. Chen Shang took a deep breath. The people Forget-Me divine race had sent were extremely powerful. Not good, they're coming. Chen Shang didn't know why, but the other party would always be able to discover him. He immediately teleported away and quickly left the area. Just like before, just as he left, the place where he was previously at was met with a thunderous barrage of attacks. Luckily, this forest was able to quickly restore itself, otherwise, the entire forest would be destroyed. Chen Shang was currently teleporting away non-stop, not daring to stay where he was. Otherwise, he would be in danger. Although the old men in the forest were surprised, they did not find it strange. They seemed to already know that someone had offended Forget-Me divine race and was currently being chased by him with all their might. There are actually 7 of them. Moreover, they are all very close to each other, so they should be able to pinpoint my location. I can't sneak attack them at all, and their own defenses are very solid as well. Chen Shang could be considered to have met his match this time. The late-stage ancestors are truly frightening, each of them possessing such powerful strength. Just what background does this Forget-Me divine race have? Chapter 2968. Chen Shang could not retaliate at all. Unless the opponent was alone, he would not be able to win against so many opponents. Do we have to keep on running like this? Chen Shang found it hard to understand that his position had still been discovered by the other party. Even if he wasn't discovered, with the opponent's strength, it would be difficult for him to defeat these 7 strong people. Chen Shang had already used 2 of his teleportation abilities to dodge. Although it did not exhaust him, it gave him no pressure and he did not dare to leave Aoshi Forest, as he did not know what was waiting for him outside. Mother CKER, Forget-Me divine race is really going too far. Chen Shang could only stall for time. When Zhang Sijing stepped into the world-defying stage, he would be able to provide him with world-defying stage divine power, and then he would be able to use that prideful god. With this, he felt that dealing with the 7 powerful Venerable Ancestor realm would be much easier. However, when he was constantly teleporting, he suddenly felt that the aura around him was different. Crap, it was only then that Chen Shang suddenly realized that he had entered a trap set up by an enemy. A gigantic divine formation filled with spirit grain appeared below him. The moment the divine formation activated, Chen Shang felt a mysterious force attack him, preventing him from controlling the power within his body. At this moment, a purple-colored giant suddenly descended, enveloping him. We've finally caught him. It's all thanks to the proud array disc that the Elder gave us that we were able to catch him. A man dressed in purple came up to Chen Shang. Chen Shang was standing on the array disc. The array disc was releasing its light. His body was also covered by a purple light. The thunder power that he was constantly releasing was extremely powerful, causing his entire body to feel numb. He was unable to use any spirit chi. It was clear that this was another world-defying artifact. You bastards really want to capture me that much? Chen Shang was trying to think of a way to get rid of this seal, and he wasn't willing to be taken just like that. HMPH, you brought this upon yourself. This time, you are dead for sure. You actually killed one of our Emperor Stage Venerable Ancestor. Don't you know that all of our Emperor Stage Venerable Ancestors are very important figures in our clan? The man sneered. Just as Chen Shang was about to die with them, a white light suddenly shot over. Chen Shang felt that this chi was extremely familiar, and he could not help but be shocked, not daring to believe it. Sun Lingxing, why are you here? A purple-robed man shouted in surprise. If not for the man, Chen Shang would never have dared to believe that Sun Lingxing would actually be here. Sun Lingxing was from World Defying Stage. The people from World Defying Stage would retreat once they enter here, but Sun Lingxing was still here. I just want to know how many dirty things you've done. It was indeed Sun Lingxing. At this moment, she was dressed in simple white, and instantly appeared in front of Chen Shang. With a light wave of her jade hand, the purple light enveloping Chen Zhang's body was also lifted. And the array disc below Chen Zhang's feet had lost its light, it stopped moving, and Chen Shang could now use Dao energy. How did you get in? The man in purple retreated a few steps, and the other 6 people in purple also retreated with faces full of shock. They all knew how strong Sun Lingxing was, and they knew that he was definitely not someone they could deal with. After Sun Lingxing stepped into the world-defying stage, although she held a high position in there, she did not normally bother with clan affairs. Instead, she spent a lot of time cultivating in seclusion, so she did not know about many things. The last time Chen Shang killed a branch family of a Forget-Me divine race, she knew that the Forget-Me divine race she was in had many shady affairs. At that time, she still believed more in Chen Zhang's words, but now, he was even more certain of it. Her eldest uncle and aunt wanted to obtain Chen Zhang's spatial cultivation technique and did not hesitate to send their Emperor stage Venerable ancestor to capture Chen Shang. How I came in had nothing to do with you. Sun Lingxing's expression was currently ice cold and her tone carried a faint killing intent, causing the few purple-clothed men to tremble in fear. Chen Shang took out her heavenly magic sword and was about to rush forward to attack, but she was stopped by Sun Lingxing's jade hands. Don't go over, leave this to me, Sun Lingxing said in a low voice. Chen Shang gnashed his teeth as he glared at the purple-clothed men, and then, decided not to make a move for the time being. Seriously, he couldn't beat these mysterious and powerful purple-clothed men right now. Considering that you are all important divine-grade venerable ancestors of my clan, I will release you this time. Go back and tell me about the Sun clan's elders and clan leader, just like them, I, Sun Lingxing, won't be going for a long time. They lied to me for so long, I'm very angry. Sun Lingxing said, hurry up and FK off. After Sun Lingxing finished, the few men in purple quickly left the place. Follow me, Sun Lingxing said softly to Chen Shang before gracefully flying into the air. Chen Shang was a little unhappy in his heart, because Sun Lingxing had let the 7 purple-robed men go, but he could only follow Sun Lingxing now. If not for Sun Lingxing this time, he didn't know how he would have escaped danger. The reason Sun Lingxing came to save Chen Shang was also to make up for the mistake she made that day. After all, she was the one who leaked the news that Chen Shang possessed immense spatial power, causing the elders of her clan to covet her and caused Chen Shang to cause trouble. That day, when Chen Shang left, she had already decided to investigate this matter secretly and it turned out to be the truth. Her uncle and a few elders of the world-defying stage had indeed concealed it from her and captured Chen Shang in order to force Chen Shang to hand over his spatial technique. Chen Shang followed Sun Lingxing to a big tree and entered into a tree hole. Inside the tree hole was a staircase that led to a secret underground room. He followed Sun Lingxing to a very deep underground stone room. Although it was underground, it was not humid and it was very warm with a warm yellow light. They won't find us here. Sun Lingxing pointed to a stone chair, and softly said, sit. After Chen Shang sat down, he asked curiously, how long have you been here? This underground cave is not made recently. Quote. At the moment, they were in the hall, and here, Chen Shang could see several stone doors. There should be a few other stone rooms. When I was still not the world-defying stage, I often entered here, and only I know of it. Furthermore, there is a formation array that can stop our clan's ghost elders from using all kinds of incantations to track us. Sun Lingxing let out a light sigh, and said, that day when you were captured and went to sleep, their hair was taken away by them. That's what was needed to use the tracing mantra, so they knew where you were. Chapter 2969. These bastards, they actually cut my hair without my permission. Chen Shang curled his lips. Sooner or later, I'll have to cut off his head to take revenge. She could feel Chen Zhang's anger, and at that time, when she had ascertained what Chen Shang had done, she was also very angry in her heart. It was hard for her to imagine that an elder she had spent so much time with, was actually going all out against others for the sake of cultivating techniques. Oh right, how did you come in? Weren't you from world-defying stage? Chen Shang said, he was also extremely curious about this matter. I'm not anymore. Sun Lingxing faintly sighed, this is all to make up for my own mistakes. Fortunately, I was able to save you in time, otherwise, I wouldn't even know how to forgive myself. Chen Shang was stunned. He could not imagine that Sun Lingxing would sacrifice so much to save him. He was shocked in his heart, but he was also excited about it. Since this has nothing to do with you, then I'll forgive you. Sun Lingxing had done this, and even saved him, so there was nothing he could do. This is nothing. I can cultivate once more at any time. On one hand, I came here to save you, and on the other hand, I wanted to see what exactly is inside world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum. Sun Lingxing said, I have been in the world-defying stage for a while, but improving is extremely difficult, and rumors say that there is a method to train in the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum. It can allow people to train in it even faster. There is indeed such a rumor. I have been staying here all this time because I wanted to go in and take a look. Chen Shang said, otherwise, if I leave, those fellows won't be able to do anything to me. Chen Shang felt that if he left this area, the Forget-Me divine race would definitely not chase after him. Then stay here for the time being. If you want to leave this underground palace, you must go with me. Although you are strong, you are still not a match for the few days of divine grade Venerable Ancestor. Even I do not have the confidence to defeat them. Sun Lingxing said. No wonder you didn't let me fight back then. So it turns out you can't beat them yourself. Chen Shang had lost all of his cultivation, and was no longer part of world-defying stage. Facing the few powerful divine grade Venerable Ancestor, he did not have much confidence. Those are all divine grade Venerable Ancestor S, they are much stronger than the Emperor stage Venerable Ancestor S you met before. Sun Lingxing said, in our Sun family, there are only 10 divine grade Venerable Ancestor S, but now 7 have come. Furthermore, all of them came prepared, and all of them were supported by the clan elders, and all of them have world-defying artifact S in their hands. Quote, if it's 1 or 2, you should be able to handle them, but 7, even if you join hands with me, you would still have no chance of winning. Quote, Chen Shang asked, are they really that powerful? Sun Lingxing said, they all have 10 world-defying stage divine power orbs in their bodies, and these 10 world-defying stage divine power orbs have been infused into their bodies for many years already. Once they use up all their world-defying stage divine power S, the clan elders of the world-defying stage will help them fill them up. Do you know how powerful they are now? No wonder. Chen Shang finally understood why those few guys had the powerful aura of the world-defying stage on them. Thinking about it now, his hair stood on end. Chen Shang was very clear about his own strength. Against opponents of the same level, even a few would be unable to defeat him, and against those of the same level, divine grade Venerable Ancestor S only needed 2 to take him down. They will soon know that my cultivation has regressed, and that they will come again. Sun Lingxing said, my cultivation has regressed, and is of no value in their eyes, so if they see me again, they will definitely kill me. So cruel. Chen Shang was surprised. After all, Sun Lingxing had great potential. It's that cruel. In their eyes, your spatial cultivation technique is many times more valuable than mine. Sun Lingxing was a little helpless, but she seemed to have already seen through the situation. That's right, if they put the pearl in their own bodies, would it have any effects? Chen Shang also wanted to try and see if he could put the world-defying stage divine power orb in his body to let him have a strong world-defying stage divine power. Their goal in merging the world-defying stage divine power beads into their bodies was not to control the powerful world-defying stage divine power, but to allow them to cultivate either a world-defying soul or an unparalleled profound body. This was their initial goal, but later on they realized that after fusing with their body for a period of time, their control over the world-defying stage divine power was very good. Sun Lingxing said, then they decided to choose the 10 people with the greatest potential from the Emperor stage Venerable Ancestor and let them integrate into the world-defying stage divine power orb. At first, it was a pellet, but after that it continued to increase. Finally, it had to bear the limit of 10 world-defying stage divine power pearls. This allowed them to use a little bit of the world-defying stage divine power to control world-defying artifact. If you do not have the world-defying stage divine power, defeating them would be extremely difficult. Quote, Chen Shang felt that he would also have world-defying stage divine power soon. At that time, once the Mei Jing sisters makes a breakthrough, he would also want to try and see if he can directly borrow world-defying stage divine power from the Mei Jing sisters and the others to use. He felt that if he used the world-defying stage divine power to release the world-defying God Fire, it would become even stronger and help him increase his strength. My world-defying god fire should also be a part of the world-defying stage divine power, Chen Shang thought in his heart. Spirit Star, have you heard of world-defying god fire? Chen Shang still did not understand the world-defying god fire enough. Of course, there are 3 clans in the Forget-Me divine race. Other than me, who has a total of nearly 20 world-defying stage S, training and producing world-defying god fire are the direction that they are working hard towards right now. World-defying god fire belongs to a type of force that is very different from normal flames. The force can't be seen, so world-defying god fire can't see it. Sun Lingxing said. Chen Shang could release world-defying god fire, but he knew that he wasn't strong enough. Only by using the world-defying stage divine power to activate it, would he become a true world-defying god fire. Chen Shang planned to think about how he could use an even stronger world-defying stage divine power in terms of cultivation. He felt that if he used it well, he might even be able to kill off world-defying stage. In next to no time, he had a direction. He felt that he could use the art of refining to forcefully refine the world-defying stage divine power, make the world-defying stage divine mausoleum stronger, and then refine a world-defying stage divine power pellet. When he needed to use the world-defying stage divine power, he would eat 1 pellet. I just need to wait for Sijing to break through, at that time I can give it a try. Chen Zhang's hands suddenly started to itch. He wanted to try right now, but he did not have the world-defying stage divine power. Chapter 2970. Sun Lingxing let Chen Shang choose a stone room here, then she left the underground palace to go outside and investigate the situation. Right now, she also needed to grasp the movements of the elders in the Forget-Me divine race in a timely manner. Chen Shang was not worried about her. Although Sun Lingxing had lost her cultivation, she was still very strong, so Chen Shang felt that she was hiding something. This woman definitely has that kind of world-defying stage divine power pearl on her body. Chen Shang thought, there must be quite a few, she might even have a way to turn her Tao energy into world-defying stage divine power and store it inside the world-defying stage divine power orb. Quote, Chen Shang had once belonged to the world-defying stage, and had stayed in the world-defying stage for a long time. Now that she had decided to enter this forest, she would definitely be well prepared, and might even be able to use the world-defying stage divine power technique inside. Whatever, as long as Sijing steps into the world-defying stage, I can still use the powerful world-defying stage divine power. Chen Shang was secretly refining the everlasting pellet in the stone room. He felt that he had nothing better to do at the moment, not to mention when he was refining, he could shorten the time by using the time laws. Chen Shang had concocted for a few months and had accumulated a lot of Earth Limitless Pill. Although he couldn't step into the world-defying stage here, he still ate a lot of Earth Limitless Pill. He was still a distance away from world-defying stage, so consuming the Earth Limitless Pill would allow him to increase his strength even more. For example, in terms of his physical body, would allow him to be stronger, and the 6 beasts inside the 6 souls would also be stronger. The myriad Tao's divine arts are powerful indeed. As long as I have enough Earth and Limitless Pill, my cultivation would advance by leaps and bounds. Chen Shang had cultivated for more than a month, so he could even more clearly sense the impressiveness of the myriad Tao's divine arts. He had spent more than 6 months refining pills and cultivating, but only 6 months had passed outside. Go out and see if that woman is back yet. Chen Shang did not know when Zhang Sijing would make a breakthrough, as it had been a long time since then. He could not wait any longer, and wanted to quickly refine the world-defying stage divine power pellet, so he decided to ask Sun Lingxing if he had any world-defying stage divine power pearls in his hands. When he walked out of the secret room, he saw Sun Lingxing sitting on a chair, one hand on her forehead. Her expression was haggard, her beautiful face was pale white, and she gave off a very weak feeling. Spirit Star, what happened to you? Chen Shang anxiously asked. He walked over and realized that Sun Lingxing's profound spirit chi was extremely thin. He's injured, Sun Lingxing said softly before sighing. I did not expect that the 3 clans would actually join hands and try to capture me. Fortunately, I was able to make it back in time. Why, aren't you of no value to them? Why would they bother to capture you? Chen Shang did not understand. Sun Lingxing did not answer, she only shook her head. Obviously there were some things that she did not want to tell Chen Shang. Chen Shang secretly guessed that Sun Lingxing might have obtained something very important in the Forget-Me divine race, which was why the 3 clans had teamed up to capture her. Aren't you going to take a break? Although he was currently with Sun Lingxing, the relationship between the two wasn't really that close. It's fine, I'll just sit here for a while. You must not go out, the divine-grade venerable ancestor from the 3 clans are searching for us in the forest. Sun Lingxing said, they have already set you as their target, your space will be extremely enticing to them. Chen Shang curled his lips and said, these guys are bandits, relying on their own strength to plunder others' things. Once I become stronger, I will definitely exterminate all of them. It's not that easy. They are also waiting for the world-defying stage divine mausoleum to open. Sun Lingxing shook his head. They won't get a chance to go in. Chen Shang snorted, the forget-me divine race chasing after him made him feel a lot of humiliation, making him unable to run up the stairs. Spirit Star, do you have the world-defying stage divine power orb? Chen Shang asked, you must have kept some for yourself. Yes, but I have used up all the world-defying stage divine power inside, so I need to, it will take some time to gather. Sun Lingxing said. This was exactly what Chen Shang had guessed previously. Sun Lingxing knew how to condense the world-defying stage divine power, she was only at the venerable ancestor later stage level of cultivation right now. Can you teach me how to condense world-defying stage divine power? Chen Shang asked anxiously, as long as we have the world-defying stage divine power, I do not need to be afraid of them, there are so many of them, and all of them have fused with the world-defying stage divine power orb, I am not their opponent because it is not fair in the first place. I would like to teach you, but only I can use this method. Sun Lingxing said, this is mainly because my physique is different, I am born with a prideful divine body, so even though I am not a world-defying stage, I can still condense world-defying stage divine power, but it will take a bit longer. There's actually such a thing, the prideful divine body. Chen Shang didn't really understand the primordial divine body, but he knew how to be very powerful. Yes, that's also why they caught me. They seem to be afraid of something, afraid that I will enter the world-defying stage divine mausoleum. Sun Lingxing frowned slightly. Before this, they always told me that the world-defying stage divine mausoleum was extremely terrifying and told me not to go near it. Before I stepped into the world-defying stage, they always sent people to drive me. After I stepped into the world-defying stage, they were very relieved, because they thought that I would not enter the world-defying stage divine mausoleum. After all, no one would be willing to give up on the cultivation level of the world-defying stage. When Chen Shang heard about this, he was extremely curious. It was very normal for Sun Lingxing to have such suspicions. Now, Chen Shang felt that the forget-me divine race was also afraid of Sun Lingxing entering the world-defying stage divine mausoleum. Spirit Star, if you want to investigate the situation outside, you don't need to leave by yourself. Chen Shang released more than 100 rats. Sun Lingxing saw that many mice had suddenly appeared and frowned, these aren't normal mice, right? His physical body looks pretty strong. Quote, hee, of course, this is not an ordinary mouse. This is called a rat devourer, it's very powerful, I'll teach you how to use it now. Quote, she didn't think that this type of rat would not only have a strong body, but its speed was also extremely fast. Its concealment ability was also very strong, and it could even become bigger. If you have an extra world-defying stage divine power, you can try and see if it can strengthen these mice. These 100+ are all I give you. Sun Lingxing was extremely grateful, and she released more than 10 of them. She greatly valued these rats, as she had never seen such a good thing before. Chapter 2971. Chen Shang had a lot of heaven-devouring rat, but these 100 were nothing to him. Originally, he had planned to chat a bit more with Sun Lingxing, but then he heard from the Yuyao mountain villa that Zhang Sijing had broken through. Elder brother Shen, I have cultivated the world-defying soul, I can now condense the world-defying stage divine power. Zhang Sijing shouted out emotionally. Previously, world-defying stage's cultivation was too far away from her reach, but now that she had stepped into the world-defying stage, how could she not be excited? Alright, Chen Shang was also very excited, the Heaven and Earth Infinite Dan had succeeded. If even Zhang Sijing could succeed, then he could definitely succeed too, but it would only take a little longer. When Zhang Sime saw how powerful her sister had become, she also felt extremely happy. After that, she only needed to practice the twin life mysterious technique with Zhang Sijing and she would also be able to become a world-defying stage. Long Chiumu had long since entered the secret room and went into closed-door cultivation. Spirit Star, I'm going to train in seclusion for a period of time. You must be careful, Chen Shang said, "Don't be captured by those fellows from Forget-Me Divine Race." "I'll be careful." Seeing how concerned Chen Shang was for her, Sun Lingxing smiled and nodded. Chen Shang anxiously entered a stone room, then entered the Yuyao Mountain Villa. Upon seeing him, Zhang Sijing rushed into his embrace and hugged him tightly. "Hee, Sijing is now a world-defying stage, stronger than me." Chen Shang smiled and rubbed her head. "It's all because of the elder brother Shen's incredible pill refining skills and the myriad Dao's divine arts. Otherwise, I don't know when I would have been able to reach this realm." Zhang Sijing chuckled. "Elder brother Shen, I can also protect you from now on." "Oh right, if I were to use the world-defying stage divine power to grow medicinal ingredients now, I would definitely do so even faster." Quote. "Oh, right, Sijing, how many world-defying stage divine power can you condense now? I want to try and see if I can refine some of them." Chen Shang asked. "I can condense quite a few," Zhang Sijing said, then opened her jade hands, only to see her palm suddenly leaking out a ball of light. He had previously seen Sun Lingxing's world-defying stage divine power, but it was purple while Zhang Sijing's were green. He felt that this might have something to do with Zhang Sijing's Dao veins, and Zhang Sijing's previously cultivated strength was related to regeneration and life. Furthermore, she had frequently come into contact with medicinal herbs, so it wasn't strange for her world-defying stage divine power to be green. "Try condensing a little more," Chen Shang said. Zhang Sijing nodded and said, "This might take some time." Zhang Sijing condensed for an entire hour, condensing a huge ball. "Are you tired?" Chen Shang asked, worried that she might have exhausted too much of her energy. "I'm not tired, I'm a world-defying stage now, and this place can absorb a lot of myriad Dao's power, I don't even need to use up my own Dao power," Zhang Sijing said. At this time, she was still condensing the world-defying stage divine power. The world-defying stage divine power that she condensed was extremely pure, and Chen Shang could feel it from the side. Enough. Chen Shang felt that it was enough. He took out the Tianchuang furnace and let Zhang Sijing put this ball of world-defying stage divine power into the cauldron. Although this ball of world-defying stage divine power was very strong, it did not give Chen Shang any form of pressure. Instead, it gave Chen Shang a very gentle feeling. It might have something to do with Zhang Sijing's personality. This kind of world-defying stage divine power was also the easiest to refine. It would not produce too strong of a resistance during refinement. "Do you still need it?" "I can still condense a little more," Zhang Sijing said. "I'll give you 10 beads, you just have to pour your world-defying stage divine power inside." Chen Shang said, "I will go refine it first." The time laws had already covered Yuyao Mountain Villa, it would allow him to gain more time. Inside the secret room, Chen Shang was using the heavenly alchemy to refine Zhang Sijing's group of unparalleled powers. Sijing's world-defying stage divine power is very gentle, but it is not weak at all. Could it be that Sijing's world-defying stage divine power had its own intentions, and thus became very docile here? Chen Shang did not expect himself to be able to progress to the 5 crash in a single breath very successfully. Even now, he still did not feel much pressure. This ball of world-defying stage divine power was getting stronger and stronger, but Chen Shang still felt like he was doing the same thing to the gentle Zhang Sijing. During the refining process, he did not feel any rejection. Just like this, Chen Shang kept rushing forward until he reached the 10th stage. This ball of world-defying stage divine power finally gave rise to a strong pressure, but the main reason was that this ball of world-defying stage divine power was simply too strong at the moment. "It should be enough. Once I condense the pill, I will definitely be even stronger." Chen Shang started to condense the pellet. He was already unable to rush any further. This lump of world-defying stage divine power no longer had the kind of gentle emotion like Zhang Sijing. If he continued to rush forward, he would definitely be unable to control himself. After a few days, Chen Shang finally succeeded in condensing the pill. He was sweating profusely. "It's really not easy. It took me a full 10 days to refine it." Chen Shang looked at the white pellet in his hand. After the crash, it had become very pure, so it was white. After Chen Shang ate it, he felt a dense world-defying stage divine power surging out. He anxiously suppressed the pellet, preventing the pellet from breaking through. If not, the world-defying stage divine power would fill his entire body. He did not need to use world-defying stage divine power at the moment, so he could not let the pellet open in his abdomen. "I'm already full." Seeing Chen Shang coming out, Zhang Sijing immediately gave the God Power beads to him. After Chen Shang received it, He happily thanked Zhang Sijing and then entered the secret room to refine it. 2 months later, he refined all 10 of the divine power pearls into world-defying stage divine power pills, then left the Yuyao Mountain Villa. The spirit star is not outside. Could it be that it went out again? Chen Zhang's heart skipped a beat and rushed out of the stone room. Sure enough, he did not see Sun Lingxing there. Although Sun Lingxing could control the heaven-devouring rat he gave her temporarily, he could still sense the location of those heaven-devouring rat through the dragon beast. Only 2 are still alive. Chen Zhang's heart trembled. He had given Sun Lingxing over 100 beasts, but now there were only 2 left. He immediately established contact with the 2 heaven-devouring rat. I saw it. Through the 2 heaven-devouring rats, he saw Sun Lingxing. Sun Lingxing was currently in an intense battle with 5 men in purple. This woman, why did she go out again? Chen Shang took a light breath, released the seal on the world-defying stage divine power pellet in his body, allowed the world-defying stage divine power to flow out, and then teleported to the area where the fierce battle was taking place. At this time, he was using the world-defying stage divine power to go invisible and use the world-defying stage divine power to release a spatial barrier to isolate him. He did not leak out any qi, which was much stronger than before, at least Sun Lingxing did not sense him. I wonder if I can break away from the tracing mantra technique. Chen Shang floated in midair, watching Sun Lingxing fight fiercely with the 5 divine grade venerable ancestors, and couldn't help but exclaim in his heart. Sun Lingxing was actually able to fight 1 against 5. Chapter 2972. Chen Shang did not immediately go down, because he sensed a few auras approaching. It seemed that they were not coming for Sun Lingxing, but for him. That's good too, since the tracing mantra technique is still effective on me, then you will all come endlessly to die, and I will exterminate all of you one by one. The world-defying stage divine power that was boiling inside Chen Zhang's body could no longer be used to spew out. Sun Lingxing could feel the auras approaching, causing her to suddenly feel an extremely strong pressure. Against 5 of them, she could only barely take them. If there were more than 10, she could only run. Don't even think about escaping. Seeing that Sun Lingxing wanted to escape, a man dressed in purple suddenly attacked ferociously, his hands waving around continuously, shooting out purple nails one after another, like a storm blowing towards Sun Lingxing. Although a few divine-grade venerable ancestors were approaching, Chen Shang was fearless. With a teleportation, he arrived behind the man dressed in purple who was attacking Sun Lingxing, and with a loud bellow, he unleashed a heaven-blasting palm. Boom! The power of the world-defying stage divine power that turned into vibration shot into the purple-clothed man's body like lightning, exploding out from within his body. Following a burst of golden light, the purple-clothed man's body instantly exploded into specks of dust. When Sun Lingxing saw it, he was alarmed. The power was too terrifying. In an instant it had destroyed a divine-grade venerable ancestor's body. Divine-grade venerable ancestor's body was extremely strong, but right now he had turned into ashes in an instant. Chen Shang. Sun Lingxing could feel a trace of Chen Zhang's aura, and couldn't help but feel surprise in his heart. The world-defying stage divine power that Chen Shang had just used, could only be displayed by a powerful world-defying stage. The other divine-grade venerable ancestors also started to panic. They had realized that this kind of expert was not someone they could handle. Hurry up, one of the purple-robed men shouted. I'll catch all of you in one fell swoop. Chen Shang sneered in his heart, then used the power of space to move Sun Lingxing to his side, and then released the prideful divine web that he previously obtained. When he released the divine net, the few divine-grade venerable ancestors who were rushing over also entered the area covered by the net. The sudden appearance of the proud divine network made all the divine-grade venerable ancestors frightened. They recognized this proud divine net. It was very famous in the Forget-Me divine race, but it had been snatched away by someone. The person who took away this proud divine net was Chen Shang, one of the people who they needed to find after entering the proud world of forest. It's Chen Shang. The clan elders just sent us a sound transmission saying that Chen Shang has appeared and told us to immediately rush over. They did not expect us to appear here and see this proud divine web. One of the divine-grade venerable ancestor took out a long sword, and started to crazily hack out streams of sword chi at the gathered proud divine net. Sword chi gushed out and filled the sky, but it was completely useless against the divine net. Just now, Chen Shang killed one of our comrades. The divine-grade venerable ancestor shouted in anger. Chen Shang had finally appeared, and he had even eaten a world-defying stage divine power pellet. He did not expect that controlling a world-defying artifact would consume the power of the world-defying stage divine power so quickly. It really is Chen Shang. When the divine grade venerable ancestor saw Chen Shang, he said angrily, "Let us go quickly, you have already killed one of our divine grade venerable ancestor. You should know the consequences if you stay together with Sun Lingxing." Consequences? Isn't it the same whether I kill or not? Now that I have killed a divine grade venerable ancestor and then killed trash like you, the consequences should be the same. Since the consequences are the same, then why should I let it go? Quote. Hearing Chen Zhang's voice that was filled with killing intent, all of the divine grade venerable ancestor felt a chill down their spines. After that they felt a terrifying sword force approaching them. 3 of them suddenly had their necks pierced by a sword. Are you really going to kill us? One of the divine grade venerable ancestors trembled. He never thought that Chen Shang would be so decisive. Sun Lingxing, we are from the same clan, but now you are actually looking on helplessly as someone kills your own clansman. Someone shouted at Sun Lingxing. When you attacked me just now, you didn't treat me as part of your family. Sun Lingxing sneered. Go to ashes. Chen Shang felt that all of these divine grade venerable ancestor had pretty good world-defying stage divine power S inside them, so he took out the Tianchuang furnace S and threw all of them inside. Originally, they were still struggling inside, causing the Tianchuang furnace to sway continuously. However, as Chen Shang released the world-defying god fire to burn, the Tianchuang furnace gradually quietened down. Are they all dead? Sun Lingxing didn't know what Chen Shang was doing. They're all dead, let's hurry up and leave. Chen Shang teleported back to the underground palace with Sun Lingxing. At this moment, Sun Lingxing felt that the spatial techniques were very good. If she could grasp the spatial laws too, then those divine grade venerable ancestors wouldn't be her match. It's only been a few days, but you've already become so powerful. How unbelievable. Sun Lingxing sighed. Furthermore, you seem to be much stronger than me. Hee, that's because you don't understand me. Otherwise, you would have definitely gotten used to it. Chen Shang laughed. Seriously, so many of those heaven-devouring rat have died. Sorry, they found out about the heaven-devouring rat that I controlled, and I also found out about something that made me very angry, so I charged out. Sun Lingxing felt a little guilty. The heaven-devouring rat that Chen Shang gave her had only been dead for a few days. What is it? Chen Shang knew that Sun Lingxing's temper was not bad. There was actually something that made her so angry that it made her want to kill him. Sun Lingxing's jade face reddened, and she did not immediately say it out loud. When Chen Shang saw it, she could not help but chuckle. She laughed sinisterly, causing Sun Lingxing to sob. Don't think too much. All right. Sun Lingxing saw Chen Zhang's naughty smile and said, those fellows want to capture me so that the clan's outstanding male disciples, to absorb the power of my proud divine body through dual cultivation. Quote. After Sun Lingxing finished speaking, his face flushed red again, as he was extremely angry. So disgusting, these guys really should be killed. Chen Shang frowned. He can actually think of such a despicable thing, but now, since they have lost more than 10 divine grade venerable ancestors, they will definitely feel the pain. Quote. Yes, over a dozen divine grade venerable ancestors suffered heavy losses for them. This was the reason why Sun Lingxing rushed out before. Even if he killed a few, the forget-me divine race would still feel pained, let alone dozens of them. Let's see how strong they will send out next. Chen Shang laughed. Now I am not afraid of them. Speaking of which, Sun Lingxing was extremely curious why Chen Shang had suddenly become so powerful, especially the heaven-blasting palm that Chen Shang had released. It made her heart tremble when she thought of it. Chapter 2973. Chen Shang also gave Sun Lingxing a few heaven-devouring rats, which could make it more convenient for him to investigate the situation outside. You want to go out? Seeing how active Chen Shang was, Sun Lingxing did not look like he was going to go into closed-door cultivation. Let's go out and take a look. I want to go closer to the world-defying stage divine mausoleum. Chen Shang said, are you coming with us? I'm not going. I want to rest. Sun Lingxing shook his head. There's nothing to see at that place. You'll know once you go there. Sun Lingxing had used up a lot of world-defying stage divine power in her battle just now, so she needed to replenish it. At this time, she was no longer part of world-defying stage. She needed more time to cultivate the world-defying stage divine power than before. I'm just curious. Chen Shang laughed as he teleported out of the underground palace. After Chen Shang left the underground palace, he came to the forest on the ground. The surroundings were filled with a strong life force and full of vitality, even though there were often strong warriors fighting in this forest over the past few days. However, the life force of the forest was extremely strong, and it was possible for trees to grow into towering trees at the fastest speed possible. Although Chen Shang was able to use the world-defying stage divine power now, he still remained cautious. The Forget-Me divine race was a very mysterious clan. He believed that they would definitely not be that weak. After he had become invisible, teleporting through the forest would be safer. He flew towards the world-defying stage divine mausoleum in the middle of the forest. It had been a while since he came to the everlasting forest, but he had never seen the real world-defying stage divine mausoleum before. The everlasting forest was not that big, and he quickly arrived at the world-defying stage divine mausoleum in the middle. Just as Sun Lingxing said, this world-defying stage divine mausoleum did not have much to look at. It was only the size of a small house and the stone door was very small. This was an extremely ordinary-looking mausoleum. The stones used to build the mausoleum were extremely old, as if they could shatter at any time. The surface was covered with moss, and there were obvious cracks. The mausoleum also did not have any words. Could it be that the real world-defying stage divine mausoleum is inside the tomb? Chen Shang only saw the entrance that was exposed to the outside. He did not see the real world-defying stage divine mausoleum. No one could answer his question because the world-defying stage divine mausoleum had never been opened before. Although that stone door looked extremely weak, it was very difficult to open. Chen Shang walked in and tried it, but he couldn't leave any traces on it. Even the power of space that he was most proficient in was unable to break through that mysterious barrier and enter. It seems like this place has been under attack a lot, but nothing has happened. Chen Shang could imagine how many people who were eager to enter the world-defying stage divine mausoleum would use such a violent method to enter. They would definitely bombard the little house ferociously. It was just that they would not succeed. When Chen Shang saw the world-defying stage divine mausoleum, he himself had also tried to enter, but to no avail. If he did not have to face the dragon demons and the others, he would have definitely waited patiently. But now, he was beginning to wonder if he should leave the primordial forest, and find a safe place to break through and enter the world-defying stage. Let's talk about it when we get back. Chen Shang sighed and returned to the underground palace. He drank tea alone in the hall, and thought about other matters. Sun Lingxing walked out from the room and asked, "You saw world-defying stage divine mausoleum. You won't be able to enter even if you use your power of space." Quote. Chen Shang nodded his head. "It is indeed not good to go in, we can only wait patiently." Right, how many more powerful venerable ancestor later stage were there in the Forget-Me divine race? A few strong ones always pop up all of a sudden. You tell me first, because that way I can have some defenses as well. Quote. Chen Shang had thought that Emperor Stage Venerable Ancestor was very strong at first, but after meeting him, he was easily killed and an even stronger divine grade Venerable Ancestor appeared later on. It was true that he was very strong, but if he wasn't able to use the world-defying stage divine power, he definitely wouldn't be able to defeat it. Divine grade Venerable Ancestor is already the strongest batch of Venerable Ancestor later stage in the Forget-Me divine race. If there are still any stronger ones, I do, but I don't know if Forget-Me divine race is willing to send them. Sun Lingxing said. There really are more. Chen Shang never thought that there would actually be one. From Sun Lingxing's expression, one could tell that the Venerable Ancestor later stage were very strong. Yes, but not in quantity. As far as I know, our Sun family only has 2. Sun Lingxing said. They are currently in closed-door training, and are preparing to rush to world-defying stage. Their bodies are always immersed in the world-defying stage divine power pond. It is a kind of existence that intends to cultivate an unrivaled body to enter the world-defying stage. Cultivate the arrogant body first. Chen Shang was startled. He never thought that there would be such a cultivation method. Yes, most world-defying stage cultivate their world-defying soul first, because it is extremely difficult to cultivate the body of the arrogant world. If I had the world-defying soul, cultivating the primordial world would be much easier. Sun Lingxing said, and world-defying stage who can first cultivate an arrogant body, is stronger than those who can use the world-defying soul. Of course, only by cultivating the world-defying soul and the primordial profound body would one be able to reach the profound level of a world-defying stage. This is a truly powerful world-defying stage. Sun Lingxing said, the primordial divine pond is the most important existence in the sacred grounds where we forget ourselves. And it was also this primordial divine pond that gave birth to our forget-me divine race. It is said that the Wangwo flower was born from the primordial divine lake. Sun Lingxing said. So this is the secret of your forget-me divine race. Other than that, why are your forget-me divine race staying in this place? Why was it born, do you know? Chen Shang still did not understand the forget-me divine race well enough. I only know that we are here for the world-defying stage divine mausoleum. I heard that it is to protect the world-defying stage divine mausoleum and to not allow others to enter. Of course, this was all told to me by my elders. I do not really believe their words. Sun Lingxing said, as for what my true purpose is, I am not too sure. Chen Shang scratched his chin and said, if forget-me divine race really sends out that kind of divine body venerable ancestor, do you think I would have any chance of winning? Sun Lingxing stared at Chen Shang, thought for a moment, and said, it's hard to say, because I do not know your true strength either, but I feel that you have a 50% chance of winning. If you lose, you will not be killed, and even less so won't be taken away. That kind of spatial energy you have is not easy to deal with. Chen Shang laughed. This way, I am relieved. I am still afraid of encountering them. It would be for the best if I don't come. Sun Lingxing nodded. It's best if they don't come. If they come, then we must do our best not to let them go back. Spirit Star, how did you know that the world-defying stage divine mausoleum was about to open it? He didn't ask Tang Zongji how he knew everything that Chen Shang had told him. As long as you stay in the vicinity of world-defying stage divine mausoleum for a long time, you will be able to sense that there will be some activity from time to time. This is something that has never happened before. Furthermore, the sound is very loud, to the point where people can hear some noise coming from inside the world-defying stage divine mausoleum, as though it is calling for people to come in. Sun Lingxing said. Chapter 2974. Chen Shang thought back to what Sun Lingxing had said before, that the people inside the forget-me divine race did not allow her to enter. It was as if they were worrying about something, and when Sun Lingxing said that he could hear the sounds inside, Chen Shang felt that it was very strange. Lingxing, can that sound be heard by you alone, or by someone else? Chen Shang frowned and asked, when did you hear that sound last time? Hearing Chen Zhang's question, Sun Lingxing felt that it was a little strange, and said, could it be that you can't hear it? That sound just now appeared again. Quote. Chen Shang looked around, and could not help but shiver because he did not hear anything, but Sun Lingxing did. I can't hear you, Chen Shang said in shock. He had thought that it was weird. He had come to the Aoshi forest for a long time already, but he had never heard any sounds coming from the world-defying stage divine mausoleum. Sun Lingxing frowned. Are you serious? I thought you could hear me. That's why I feel that the world-defying stage divine mausoleum will open up very soon. Quote. Could it be that you have some sort of relationship with the world-defying stage divine mausoleum? Chen Shang said, I didn't hear anything. Did you say before that your clan's elders did not allow you to enter the world-defying stage divine mausoleum? Did they know something? Quote. Sun Lingxing finally understood that this voice was only heard by herself. She frowned and shook her head. She did not know what those elders were hiding from her, but she felt that her past must not be simple. Chen Shang felt that he should go and ask Tang Zongji. Tang Zongji also knew that the world-defying stage divine mausoleum was about to be opened, but how did he know? I'm going out for a bit. After Chen Shang finished speaking, he immediately entered the Six Realms time and space door, found Tang Zongji's Wheel of Fate, and then teleported to where Tang Zongji was. Tang Zongji was currently inside a tree cave. When Chen Shang arrived, he was eating a fruit and eating it very happily. Old Tang, Chen Shang shouted, scared to the point that the fruit in his hand almost fell out. When he saw that it was Chen Shang, the energy that had just surged out also retreated. It scared me to death. Tang Zongji laughed and scolded, you little rascal, you're so elusive, trying to scare me to death, aren't you? Old Tang, in this period of time, forget-me divine race hasn't come looking for trouble with you, right? Back then, Tang Zongji had been captured by the forget-me divine race, so he was a little worried that the forget-me divine race would know about the matter between him and Tang Zongji, and hence be implicated with Tang Zongji. Tang Zongji shook his head. No, they shouldn't have known about my relationship with you. Almost all the people in forget-me divine race who knew that I was captured are dead now. Quote. He was completely exterminated by Chen Shang that time, and indeed, no one knew. Old Tang, I've come to ask you something important. Chen Shang asked, how are you so sure that the world-defying stage divine mausoleum is about to open? Feel. Tang Zongji smiled mysteriously. Feel, Chen Shang thought about Sun Lingxing before. He felt that it was perhaps because Sun Lingxing had felt it that he had heard that voice. How did it feel? Are you sure? Quote. Tang Zongji said, if it was only my own feelings, of course I would not be sure. But for those who have stayed here for so many years, right now, they all feel the same. It is a very strong awareness that the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum is about to open. This feeling is very hard to understand, it is just like a sudden thought, and it makes us feel like the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum is about to open. Quote. Didn't you hear anything? Chen Shang had thought that Tang Zongji was talking about something that made him feel like he heard something. Tang Zongji felt that it was very strange. He thought for a moment, then shook his head and said, could it be that you heard some sound? I didn't hear anything, I didn't feel anything, and I didn't hear anything either. But someone told me that during this period of time, she heard many voices from the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum, saying that they sounded like they were summoning her in, and she was very sure that the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum would open up soon. Chen Shang said, this was what Sun Lingxing had told him. Tang Zongji took a small breath and said, could she be from the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum? Quote. What do you mean? Did you come out of world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum? Chen Shang was frightened by these words. Someone ran out from the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum, and it was Sun Lingxing. It's not what you think, it's not that we directly ran out from the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum, it's just that, it's the reincarnation of the person from the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum. Tang Zongji said, there has always been a legend here, that the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum has a few powerful world-defying stages. These world-defying stage have all cultivated their divine bodies, but I do not know why they were sealed inside, and their souls are sealed, so even if they die, they cannot be reincarnated. However, every once in a while, their souls get the chance to reincarnate. However, there's only one quota, so they will fight for it. Tang Zongji said, if they can get that position, they can be reincarnated. However, after they were reborn, they did not have the strength of their previous lives, and needed the strength of their previous lives to return to the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum. Thus, even if they were very far away, they could still hear the voices from inside the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum. Quote. Sun Lingxing was the reincarnation of an expert from the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum. Chen Shang felt that this was not impossible, because Sun Lingxing's potential was extremely terrifying. To become a world-defying stage at such a young age, this was something that was extremely difficult to come by. One must know that Sun Lingxing did not have such things as medicinal pellets to assist him in his cultivation, unlike Zhang Sijing. The reason why Zhang Sijing was able to break through was because Chen Shang had an extremely high skill in pill refining. She could refine many pills with extremely high quality, which was why she was able to quickly step in. If Sun Lingxing also had the help of the pills, he would be able to enter the world-defying stage much faster. Chen Shang didn't dare be sure now, he could only wait until Sun Lingxing entered the world-defying stage to find out. He felt that the people inside the Forget-Me divine race would definitely know something, if not, they would not restrict Sun Lingxing from entering the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum. Dong, dong, dong. Suddenly, someone knocked on Tang Zongji's tree cave door. I'll take my leave first. Chen Shang immediately turned invisible, and then Tang Zongji went to open the door. After Tang Zongji opened the door, a familiar aura surprised him. It turned out to be the aura of a dragon demon. I wonder how the dragon demon is doing now. Chen Shang had been in this forest for a while, and the world-defying dragon demon was already preparing to break the seal. When he entered the Myriad Dao Mausoleum, it was possible that he would release the world-defying stage evil ancestor. Now that there was a dragon demon, Chen Shang was pleasantly surprised. In this way, he could learn about the world-defying dragon demon through this dragon demon. Who are you? Tang Zongji saw a demon god's face and asked. Old Tang, he was the one who sent us the Dao crystal. As long as we join them, they would give us the 1,000 myriad Dao crystals every day. Each month, it would be 300 million Dao crystal. A short old man suddenly appeared and laughed. Chapter 2975. When Chen Shang heard it, he was extremely confused. There were many powerful Venerable Ancestor later stage dragon demons in the dragon demons team. These dragon demons all had decent strength, but they actually wanted to use so many Dao crystal to recruit people. Just what was the purpose of this? Tang Zongji did not lack Dao crystal. He had lived here for many years and had not used Tao crystal for a long time, so he immediately refused because that dragon demon made him feel very uncomfortable. Tang Zongji was not like most people, he was a very ancient being and knew many things about the past. Especially now that he sensed this qi, he felt that it was very familiar, but he just couldn't recall it in a while, but he was sure that this qi was filled with evil. I have to go into seclusion, so I'm sorry. Tang Zongji said with a smile. What is it? Are you looking down on me? The black armored dragon demon's face turned cold, his eyes flashed with a murderous light, releasing his killing intent without concealing it at all. He clenched his fists, which contained an extremely powerful evil force, causing the leaves on the big tree to instantly wither, instantly dropping all over the ground. The evil aura of this dragon demon was very scary, it instantly took away this big tree's life force. But Tang Zongji was not the least bit afraid, he faintly smiled, not bad, I really do look down on evil beings like you. For a mere Tao crystal, you actually hooked up with this kind of demon, working hard for this kind of demon, I was truly mistaken about you. Quote. Tang Zongji was blunt, not only did he scold the dragon demon, he also scolded his friend. Old Tang, you, forget it, since there are Tao crystal, I won't make a profit, so whatever you want to do is fine. With that old Liang turned and left. He actually ran very fast, because he knew what would happen next. Just as that old man left, the dragon demon's pair of demon claws suddenly extended out, like two sharp sword-like poisonous snakes, and pierced towards Tang Zongji's shoulders. Tang Zongji was already on his guard, after dodging from the side, he waved his palm towards it, releasing a ray of white light that brought about a burst of scorching qi, which cut towards the black demon claws, and instantly cut them in half. Clearly, the dragon demon did not know that Tang Zongji was so strong, with his reaction speed being so fast. Just as the dragon demon's arms were broken, Chen Shang appeared and directly struck the dragon demon's head with his palm. Then, he channeled his soul-absorbing devil spell and took away the memories of the other party's soul. The dragon demon could not help but cry out miserably, the 7 orifices of his body was stained with black blood that was filled with evil qi, the sound of his roars was extremely hair-raising. At the same time of struggling, his burly body that was wrapped in black armor started to tremble intensely, evil qi surging out in waves. He used all his strength to struggle free from Chen Shang, but his body had already been sealed by Chen Shang using the power of space. Why is the demonic dragon here? Tang Zongji knew that Chen Shang came from the outside, and he was not familiar with such matters, so he could only ask Chen Shang. I don't know either right now, but the world-defying stage evil ancestor will be coming out soon. The world-defying dragon demon has already broken the seal, they should be inside the myriad Tao mausoleum already. Chen Shang said. Right now, their goal is this world-defying stage divine mausoleum, they are most likely looking for a method to cultivate the primordial divine body. Chen Shang searched through the memories of the dragon demon and quickly found his own information. With a grave expression, he said, although the world-defying dragon demon has already entered the myriad Tao mausoleum, he did not go save the world-defying stage evil ancestor. Instead, he actually gathered a large group of powerhouses to head towards this place. Tang Zongji said, it seems that world-defying stage evil ancestor is planning on doing this because if world-defying stage evil ancestor escapes, it would also mean that Tao Father and dragon ancestor would be coming out. At that time, both of them would still be injured, and world-defying stage evil ancestor wouldn't have that much confidence in defeating the Tao Father. That's why he allowed world-defying dragon demon to find a method to cultivate the primordial divine body. This way, he would be able to step into the divine level of the world-defying stage, becoming far more powerful than Tao Fathers and be able to completely annihilate them. Chen Shang added. Tang Zongji laughed, this should be a good thing for you. This way, you don't have to go back and find them, you just have to stay here and stop them. Quote. Chen Shang frowned, I'm worried that they will join hands with the Forget-Me divine race. Tang Zongji thought for a moment, then chuckled, you just searched through this guy's memories, did they come in contact with the Forget-Me divine race? Chen Shang shook his head, not at the moment, they only sent 30 dragon demons, all of them are from the Venerable ancestor later stage, their overall strength is not that strong, their main force is still behind, the reason they are recruiting for troops is to prepare for the main force that will come later. So that's how it is, you impersonating a Forget-Me divine race, killing a large portion of the dragon demons here, then, he pretended to be the dragon demon and killed the people from the Forget-Me divine race, making them conflict with each other first. That way, they wouldn't have anything to talk about once they met. Tang Zongji laughed. Chen Shang thought that this method was not bad, and nodded, I will go and take action now. She wanted to control and skillfully control the heaven-devouring rat. She felt that these mice had a great use for them, and hoped that they could use them more in the future. They wouldn't die out like last time. Spirit Star, I have something to tell you, Chen Shang quickly told Sun Lingxing about the dragon demon that came. Sun Lingxing didn't understand much about what had happened outside, but hearing Chen Zhang's description of the dragon demon, she couldn't help but feel disgusted and said, if you attack the people from the Forget-Me divine race and they don't know where you are, it would be easy for them to find you. If you want to frame a dragon demon, you have to do it with something that has the same aura as the dragon demon. Quote. Chen Shang looked at the heaven-devouring rat and laughed, just let this heaven-devouring rat make its move. After that, he took out a heaven-devouring rat and made it transform into a human. This caused Sun Lingxing to widen her eyes in shock, and she anxiously asked, why didn't you tell me earlier that this mouse could transform into a human? I forgot, because it's been a long time since I've used a mouse to turn into a human and it's not good for probing. Chen Shang scratched the back of his head and laughed. Teach me, Sun Lingxing pouted and said. All right, Chen Shang immediately told Sun Lingxing the method to turn into a mouse man. After Sun Lingxing learned it, she was very happy. Furthermore, those mice could still change into the people she wanted to change. She thought that it was very interesting, very fun. I'm going out to look for the dragon demons. Once I find them, I'll kill them. Then, I'll leave a few that I can't kill on purpose to let them go back and report to the sect. Chen Shang said, you are the one in charge of scouting out Forget-Me divine race. If you encounter him, use Mouse Man as the dragon demon. The Mouse Mans were all bred by dragon demons and rat emperor beads, so they had the same aura as dragon demons on their bodies. Thus, there was no need to deliberately mimic the aura of dragon demons. Chapter 2976. Chen Shang gave Sun Lingxing a piece of communication jade symbol paper so that they could quickly contact each other. Sun Lingxing was also very curious about this kind of thing, but this was the first time she knew that something like this existed. Chen Shang did not tell Sun Lingxing that she was possibly trapped in the world-defying stage divine mausoleum in her previous life. After all, this sort of thing had not been confirmed, but what was certain was that Sun Lingxing must have a very close relationship with the world-defying stage divine mausoleum. Otherwise, she would not have heard the voices coming from the world-defying stage divine mausoleum and would have been restricted by the elders of the Forget-Me divine race from entering the world-defying stage divine mausoleum. There were a lot of dragon demons that came to the world-defying stage divine mausoleum, and the moment Chen Shang came up from the underground palace, he met a few dragon demons flying around. Chen Shang had previously searched the memories of one of the dragon devils and knew that there were not many experts in this group. Furthermore, if they had entered the world-defying stage divine mausoleum, their cultivation would have fallen by a lot, as if the world-defying stage divine mausoleum was going to weaken their strength. If the world-defying stage divine mausoleum was activated, then the strength of the group of dragon demons that entered the world-defying stage divine mausoleum would be greatly reduced. At that time, it would be even easier for him to take action. The dragon demons were also worried about this danger, so after they came to this forest, they started to look for stronger humans, giving them Dao Crystal S and letting them sign a contract. When they entered the world-defying stage divine mausoleum, they would have to protect them with all their might. This was how Tang Zongji's friends joined the dragon demons. Now, Tang Zongji was also looking for his good friends, telling them not to join the dragon demons' party. Chen Shang was in the forest, and as long as he could find dragon demons, he would immediately strike out, beating these dragon demons half dead. Most of these dragon demons weren't killed by Chen Shang, they were only injured. Furthermore, when Chen Shang attacked, he even yelled about what kind of Forget-Me divine race he was wearing, and the clothes he was wearing was also purple. Just now, Sun Lingxing had already sent a sound transmission to him, and she was doing it very smoothly. He had made the Mouse Man ambush a few people from the Forget-Me divine race, and these people were all not very strong. Before Sun Lingxing had the Mouse Man take action, he had forced the Forget-Me divine race to join the dragon demons. This way, the people of the Forget-Me divine race quickly found out that the dragon demons were very rampant in the forest. In just a few days, Chen Shang and Sun Lingxing succeeded in sowing discord, because Chen Shang had already discovered that there were real dragon demons and Forget-Me divine race fighting, and even fighting to the death. Seeing this scene, Chen Shang couldn't help but laugh. This was exactly what he and Sun Lingxing were looking forward to. Originally, Chen Shang had been quite relaxed because he felt that the dragon demons and forget-me divine race were unable to join hands. This would cause the dragon demon's power to become even weaker. However, at this moment, the strength of the dragon demon wasn't weak either. Today, he suddenly felt the demonic chi of the dragon demon rush into the forest. Sun Lingxing anxiously sent a message to Chen Shang, "Hurry back to the underground palace. Your whereabouts have always been controlled by the forget-me divine race." Although Chen Shang had not met any divine body venerable ancestors in the past few days, he was still extremely vigilant. He was prepared to fight at any time, and when Sun Lingxing suddenly sent a message to him, he felt a sense of danger. "What happened?" Chen Shang asked anxiously. "I don't know. In short, forget-me divine race sent a very powerful guy. This guy is right outside the forest." Sun Lingxing could feel the chi. She was afraid that it was directed at Chen Shang, so she anxiously asked Chen Shang to come back. "All right, I'll go back now." Chen Shang immediately teleported back. After returning to the underground palace, Chen Shang was a lot more at ease. When he was in the forest, he immediately felt that the atmosphere wasn't right. The world-defying stage divine mausoleum may open soon, but there is a force coming from inside the world-defying stage divine mausoleum. Sun Lingxing said. "Is this true? Why didn't I sense it?" Chen Shang indeed did not feel any aura from the direction of the world-defying stage divine mausoleum. "Maybe this is something only I can feel, so you have to be careful." Sun Lingxing said, "For this period of time, do not go out. If world-defying stage divine mausoleum truly opens, we definitely cannot be the first to enter, because we do not know of the dangers inside. If we don't enter first, then if there is something good inside, won't it mean that others will want it?" Chen Shang frowned. At this time, forget-me divine race and dragon demons are all gathered here. If they were to obtain them, it would be extremely disadvantageous for us. Sun Lingxing had of course considered this issue before. When the time comes, we will need to secretly follow behind them. Of course, it won't be easy for them to discover me, and you are also being used by the tracing mantra. Sun Lingxing said. "What level of cultivation is that guy who used the tracing mantra technique on me?" Chen Zhang's face darkened. He felt that as long as he killed this fellow, he would not be tracked anymore. The Venerable Ancestor later stage is still relatively easy to deal with, but the problem now is that it won't be easy for you to go to the forget-me divine race. As Sun Lingxing said this, he remembered that Chen Shang could use the power of teleportation. Of course, if Chen Shang wanted to go to forget-me divine race's tribe, it could be said to be extremely dangerous. "I will use the mouse man." Chen Shang laughed. Although the strength of the mouse man is not bad, it's not easy to deal with him. Sun Lingxing shook his head. "If we use Wangwo scent?" Chen Shang laughed. "They have used this poison on me before. Even if they have a way to cure it, they will definitely not be able to cure it within a short period of time." Sun Lingxing thought that this method was not bad and said after thinking about it, "All right, we can try. I'll tell you where that guy is located and then you can use the heaven-devouring rat to look for him." After that, Chen Shang used the power of space to pluck many Wangwo flower from the forest outside. Furthermore, he refined these Wangwo flower into poisonous scent using the crash method, and refined them using the crash method. When heaven-devouring rat smells this kind of poisonous scent, it can get poisoned as well. Sun Lingxing said, she had also tested them before. "It's fine, just give the heaven-devouring rat an antidote pill." Chen Shang still had a lot of antidote pills. After everything was prepared, he released several hundred heaven-devouring rats, all of which had poisonous scent as well as antidotes. After Chen Shang finished inspecting them, he teleported all the heaven-devouring rat outside the tribe of forget-me divine race to look for the guy who used the tracing mantra technique on him. Very quickly, he found the old man in a cave. Confirming that it was this guy who was using the tracing mantra technique on him, he let several hundred heaven-devouring rat rush into the cave. After the heaven-devouring rat entered the cave, the old man also discovered it. He immediately waved his hands, releasing waves of purple light that struck the heaven-devouring rat's body. However, he thought that it was just an ordinary mouse, so he didn't use much strength when he attacked. As a result, his attack didn't kill the group of heaven-devouring rat, but instead, he struck the poisonous scent out. When the old man smelled the Wangwo scent, he instantly turned pale from fright. He wanted to quickly suppress the poisonous scent, but it was already too late. The poison power of the poisonous scent that Chen Shang refined was extremely terrifying. In an instant, he was immersed in the intoxicating feeling brought by the poisonous scent, unable to extricate himself. Chapter 2977. Chen Shang saw this scene through the Rat King and was secretly pleased. He had been poisoned like this before. Spirit Star, is there any way to cure the poison and forget me divine race? Asked. At this point, he had already succeeded, Sun Lingxing could tell from his expression. There is, but it's not easy. The detoxification pills you concoct are pretty quick and simple. Sun Lingxing had seen Chen Zhang's antidote before, she didn't know much about pills. She felt that the antidote was extremely magical, especially when people learned that the antidote could make people stronger, she was shocked. Chen Shang looked at the old man who had fainted on the ground, and sneered in his heart, these guys clearly know how terrifying these Wangwo poison are, but they're still being used on me. Now, it's your turn to suffer such a fate. Chen Shang had another idea in mind, which was to use Wangwo poison S to deal with the Forget-Me divine race. In the Forget-Me divine race, there were very few people like Sun Lingxing who would not be poisoned. At least, Sun Lingxing had never heard of anyone who could be like her. Chen Shang suddenly felt that the reason why Sun Lingxing was not poisoned was not because she was kind, but because of her relationship with world-defying stage divine mausoleum. Old man, this is what happened to me after you used the tracing mantra technique. Being able to feel so comfortable before you died can be considered to be a blessing in disguise. Chen Shang let the swallowing mouse move out and completely devour the old man. After Chen Shang took back the rat, he smiled at Sun Lingxing, it's already succeeded, now we can go out and relax. It's already so long that we can travel for a long time. She is no longer afraid of being tracked by the secret techniques used by the Forget-Me divine race. Quote. Sun Lingxing said, even so, you still have to be careful. I won't be going out, go outside and take a look. Since Sun Lingxing could use the rats, she was too lazy to run out herself. Chen Shang actually wanted to find out more about the dragon demon's latest situation, so he left the underground palace and went into the forest. Tang Zongji had already changed a tree hole, but it was still easy for Chen Shang to find him. Old Tang. Chen Shang appearing in the hollow of Tang Zongji's tree startled him yet again. Tang Zongji also laughed and scolded him, but that was nothing much. Old Tang, the atmosphere in these forests is very strange. Have you felt it? Chen Shang asked. Of course I sensed it. How could I not know about such an obvious change? Tang Zongji started to act, his expression becoming more serious. The powerful dragon demons have indeed come. They are currently outside the forest, moreover they are at odds with the Forget-Me divine race. I wonder if the experts of the Forget-Me divine race will appear. Thought that they were fighting until their heads bled from the fight outside the forest. So what's the latest? Chen Shang asked again. Not at the moment, the forest is relatively safer. World-defying stages are not allowed to enter, and there are world-defying stages dragon demons outside. If we go out, we will be caught, so we do not dare to leave the forest to ask around. Tang Zongji shook her head. On the other hand, there are some movements from the world-defying stage divine mausoleum, and from time to time, there will be some weak energy fluctuations. Previously, Sun Lingxing was the same, but his reaction to the energy fluctuation was much clearer than Tang Zongji. On the other hand, he himself did not feel Chen Zhang's presence, nor did he know why. I'll go out and investigate, but those guys shouldn't be able to discover me. Chen Shang said. Don't go, world-defying dragon demon are very strong. Furthermore, other than the world-defying dragon demon, there are also some experts who have cultivated up to the world-defying soul. Tang Zongji understood the strength of this world-defying stage very well, so he grabbed onto Chen Shang and did not let him go. Fine, I'm not going out. I'm just going to watch from the edge. Chen Shang said. That should be fine, they should be outside the forest now. It's just that it's fine to be at the edge of the forest. If you see them attacking you from outside, you have to be careful. Tang Zongji warned. Although the people from the world-defying stage could not come in, they could still attack from the outside if they were outside. That was why he was so worried. As an elder, Tang Zongji was definitely worried about Chen Shang. He also knew how dangerous the dragon demons outside were, that's why he told Chen Shang to do this. You must be careful. Tang Zongji was still worried, but he had just finished, and Chen Shang had already teleported away. After Chen Shang became invisible, he arrived at the edge of the forest. When he was near, he could feel the evil in this place, which shocked him. Is this the aura of a world-defying dragon demon? It's just too scary. Chen Shang couldn't help but break out in cold sweat. The strength of the world-defying dragon demon was far more frightening than he had imagined. I wonder if world-defying stage dragon ancestor has such a powerful ability. Chen Shang had only seen the world-defying stage dragon ancestor's clone before, but had not truly felt the aura of the world-defying stage dragon ancestor. The world-defying dragon demon was sealed by the world-defying stage dragon ancestor. The dragon patriarch's strength is definitely much stronger than him. When he arrived at the edge of the forest, he could also sense that there were a lot of people moving about. We know whether he's a dragon demon or a forget-me divine race practitioner. Previously, Chen Shang only let the swallowing mouse enter the forget-me divine race's tribe to search for the old man using the incantation. He did not investigate the situation inside because he was worried that the forget-me divine race would find out. After he released his spatial perception, as long as he felt something move, he would immediately teleport over. It's a dragon demon. Chen Shang came to the side of a dragon demon. Just as he was about to attack, he saw a human walking over. The human was a middle-aged man. He shouted to the dragon demon, after entering, "You must focus your heart on forget-me divine race. Forget-me divine race has already killed many of our members. Quite a number of them were killed." Chen Shang suddenly felt that it was strange, because he did not kill too many of them. Which was to say, the real forget-me divine race was killing the dragon demon. So when do we strike back? Forget-me divine race is too arrogant. The dragon demon said. When the proud dragon lord arrives, as soon as he thinks it's okay, we'll go into the forest and start killing people. The middle-aged man said. Our White Bones Imperial has long since lost patience. We are only waiting for one word from Supreme Dragon. As soon as the middle-aged man finished speaking, Chen Shang immediately took action. The heavenly magic sword had killed the dragon demon and the middle-aged man in an instant, and then used the soul-absorbing devil spell on them. The world-defying dragon demon actually changed her name to the arrogant dragon elder. How shameless. After Chen Shang devoured the memories of these two fellows, he found out some things about the dragon demons. White Bones Imperial, Flying Dragon Ghost Realm and the others had all come, and they were all led by big heads. It was just that those big heads could not enter the forest, because they were all from world-defying stage. The high priest was also there, of course. He had entered the Myriad Dao Mausoleum very early, how could he not be there? Chapter 2978. Chen Shang suddenly felt that the enemy's strength was terrifying, he could not handle them at all. It's a good thing that the forget-me divine race did not join hands with them, otherwise they would be even more powerful. This allowed Chen Shang to feel more at ease. Fortunately he and Sun Lingxing had sowed discord in the past, otherwise, they really might have teamed up. Chen Shang was currently using the power of space to pluck a large number of Wangwo flower. His rat would also be poisoned, so he felt that this poison would definitely be effective against the dragon demon. They were not poisoned when they entered, it's mainly because the High Priest, the Ghost Emperor and the others made the way for world-defying stage. They had sent the dragon demons to investigate earlier, and found out that there was a bunch of poisonous flowers, so when they came in, they had already thought of a way to deal with it. Chen Shang learned all of this from Swallowing's memories. After Chen Shang harvested all the Wangwo flower, just as he was about to go back, he sensed a strong aura. His heart trembled. Could this aura be that of an expert from the forget-me divine race? He immediately used the communication jade symbol paper to pass the news to Sun Lingxing. Hurry up and come. It should be the negotiation between the forget-me divine race's patriarch and the world-defying dragon demon. They are not stupid, these two top rankers are also not stupid, and since they know about your matters, it is very likely that we are trying to sow discord. Sun Lingxing said, nowadays, the dead bodies of the dragon demons and forget-me divine race are not really that important to them. If they really knew that we were the ones who picked on them, they would definitely not listen to us. If we break away from them, it is very possible that we will put them down and join forces. Quote. Chen Shang thought back to what the middle-aged man from the White Bones Imperial had said. That middle-aged man, the world-defying dragon demon did not allow themselves to attack the forget-me divine race on a large scale, and had clearly sensed something, which was why he had asked the patriarch of the forget-me divine race to negotiate with him. Chen Shang could only return now. When he returned to the underground palace, he suddenly felt a weak vibration, followed by a voice. Chen Shang, I know you're inside. Don't think that just by hiding you'll be safe and sound. Let me tell you something. Once the world-defying stage divine mausoleum's power disappears, all of the barrier energy in this forest will no longer exist. This was a voice filled with power, and when the voice was heard, it carried a sinister aura. It's the voice of the world-defying dragon demon. Although Chen Shang had never seen world-defying dragon demon before, he was sure. Following that was another voice. Chen Shang, if you behave and come out now, and hand over all the techniques you have, we can let you go and let you live. Sun Lingxing said, this is the voice of the clan leader, you must not believe it. Chen Shang was a little nervous at this moment. If the world-defying dragon demon is real, then I might be in more danger. Even if he stepped into the world-defying stage, he felt that he could only barely hold off the world-defying dragon demon, but since the head of Forget Me race had also joined in, if he joined hands with the other big shots of the world-defying stage, he would definitely not be able to block it. Don't worry, there will be a way. Sun Lingxing suddenly grabbed Chen Zhang's hand. Under the threat of so many rancors, she could feel the fear in Chen Zhang's heart. If it was her, she would definitely be terrified too. Chen Shang nodded, and said, now we can only wait and see if there's any turning points after entering the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum. I'll definitely help you, Sun Lingxing said. I feel that there is a very strong power waiting for me inside the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum. Even though it's just my feeling, I feel that it might make me very strong. Chen Shang was overjoyed. He thought that Sun Lingxing wouldn't be able to sense it, but he didn't think that she would actually be able to feel that there was power inside it from his previous life. I'll go refine the Wangwo scent first. Chen Shang knew that this type of poison was extremely useful to him. If he was surrounded, it would be of great help to him if he threw out this kind of poisonous scent. Just a moment ago, the two head of Forget Me race S and the world-defying dragon demon each spoke one sentence, and it was clear that they had joined hands. They believed that this would definitely create a lot of pressure for Chen Shang, and now, they were also discussing how to capture Chen Shang. There were many tents in the Aoshi forest, and one of them was a big red tent. World-defying dragon demon, head of Forget Me race and other big shots were all there. Chen Shang has treasures on him, it would be a pity if he died. The Ghost Emperor said, as far as I know, he possesses the myriad Dao's divine arts. This is a cultivation technique used to achieve the world-defying stage Dao ancestor, even the world-defying stage evil ancestor would want it. Furthermore, there are spatial techniques and alchemy techniques. These are all extremely extraordinary. Although Chen Zhang's cultivation is currently not high, he has already reached the peak of perfection in this area. The high priest said, I was ambushed by him earlier when he used a spatial spell. The world-defying dragon demon sighed, this Chen Shang. If they were allowed to live, it would definitely be a great disaster. However, it would be extremely difficult to capture them alive. Is there any way to blackmail him? Quote. The Divine Master of the Tao world suddenly said, if it was before, this wouldn't be a problem because he has many relatives and friends within the Tao world that I'm in charge of. But all his friends and family suddenly disappeared into my world. Quote. Hearing those words, everyone's eyes lit up. The world-defying dragon demon said, it's impossible for him to suddenly disappear, just check carefully, maybe they opened up a space inside the world inside, and when he's inside, you won't notice him. As long as we carefully find his friends and relatives, then we can use it to threaten him. I'll do my best. He didn't have much confidence in himself, because it would be extremely difficult for him to travel to the Tao world. Although the other 9 gods who had created the Tao world had died, the power of the laws they had left behind was extremely powerful. Head of Forget Me race, how much do you know about this world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum? You are one of the very early races. The world-defying dragon demon asked. We only know that there is a large group of world-defying stage divine level rankers who managed to cultivate their divine bodies inside, and they all died inside. As for the other things, we do not know, but we can be sure that if we want to cultivate to the world-defying stage divine bodies, we can only go in for a trip. Head of Forget Me race said. Alright then, go look for Chen Shang, and see if you can catch him alive. Although your cultivation will regress, you don't have to worry, I will help you too to break through to the next level. The world-defying dragon demon said, I will give you the complete world-defying soul. Chapter 2979. To obtain a complete world-defying soul, this was equivalent to increasing a very powerful strength. Dragon Devil Emperor Venerable, Bone Emperor, and the High Priest were all envious. They wanted to do such a thing too, but since the world-defying dragon demon had already been given to the Ghost Emperor and High Priest, they couldn't do anything about it. Lord Supreme Dragon, we will definitely capture Chen Shang alive. The high priest was overjoyed and very confident. Although we have temporarily fallen back to the venerable ancestor later stage, our strength still far surpasses Chen Zhang's. We will definitely be able to complete it exceptionally well. He was very confident in his own strength. He felt that no matter how strong Chen Zhang was, he would not be able to defeat him and the high priest. The head of Forget Me race said, "How about we send someone to move with you guys? Chen Zhang knows how to use spatial techniques to teleport. It would be easier to catch him with more people." The Ghost Emperor and High Priest did not understand the Forget Me divine race, but they knew that the head of Forget Me race was very powerful, so they nodded their heads. It was a good thing that someone helped them, it would reduce their strength and increase their chances of capturing Chen Zhang. "Alright, when will you leave and enter the forest?" Head of Forget Me race was very clear about the situation inside, and knew that Sun Lingxing would definitely be accompanying him. Sun Lingxing was very important to them. "Let's go tonight," the Ghost Emperor said. "So, our people, we're studying for a long time," he said. CFWX. Long Haochen, you will meet up with us here at night. The reason the head of Forget Me race sent his own people to follow them was to prevent Sun Lingxing from getting accidentally killed by them. It was fine if they couldn't catch Chen Zhang, but Sun Lingxing had to be caught. Chen Zhang and Sun Lingxing didn't know that the Forget Me divine race and the demonic dragon had allied themselves and were preparing to go inside to capture them. However, they were already extremely vigilant now, so they were very careful when they went out. Now, Chen Zhang was also frantically refining Wangwo Scent. Although this type of poison would not kill people, he felt that it was more terrifying than killing people. He had experienced it before. If Tang Zongji did not cure him with the antidote, he did not know what kind of torture he would have in the end. Sun Lingxing was resting in her room. During this period of time, she had become more and more familiar with the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum, causing her desire to enter the world-defying stage Divine Mausoleum to grow, but now was not the time. The underground palace Sun Lingxing built was extremely secretive. At this time, there were many dragon demons and Forget Me divine race searching for them, but they couldn't find where they were. Especially the patriarch of the Forget Me divine race, he felt hatred in his heart because the old man, who was in charge of tracking others, had been killed. In this way, they would need more time to find Chen Zhang and his group in the forest. In order to increase their manpower, the dragon demons had even bribed many old fellows who were hiding in the forest. At this moment, they were also looking everywhere for Chen Zhang and Sun Lingxing, and if they found them, they would be able to obtain very generous rewards. Although they knew that Chen Zhang had a lot of methods, they were more confident in their own strength. Even though they had already fallen from world-defying stage to the venerable ancestor later stage, they felt that they could still take Chen Zhang down easily even if they met Chen Zhang. Of course, they had brought some venerable ancestor later stages underlings with them, so they were all very confident. Although the big shots under the world-defying dragon demon's command looked friendly on the surface, they were all unwilling to work together. It was very difficult to get them to work together. The Ghost Emperor and High Priest thought that if they could capture Chen Zhang, then the contributions would be the greatest, and the world-defying dragon demon would set their sights on them. Therefore, when they came in, they separated at the same time, and the Forget Me divine race and the other divine body venerable ancestor did the same. They would definitely not submit to these outsiders. If they were to gather together, it would indeed be a very powerful force, but right now, it was just a piece of loose sand. This forest is not big. Could it be that we have to dig open the forest to find Chen Zhang? The Ghost Emperor was currently standing on a large tree. He was in a bad mood because after searching for two, he couldn't find any clues. Lord Ghost Emperor, I just found out that Chen Zhang also has a friend here. He has a friend named Tang Zongji, and it's right inside here. If we find him, we might be able to lure him out. A middle-aged man suddenly flew up and said to the Ghost Emperor. Tang Zongji originally had a few friends who knew about Chen Zhang, and among those friends of his, there were a few who had forgotten about benefits and ties, thus the matter of Tang Zongji's good relationship with Chen Zhang was also known by the Ghost Emperor. Can you find the Tang Zongji? Hearing that, the Ghost Emperor was secretly happy, and said quickly, Tao Crystal is not a problem, but this matter must be kept a secret, we cannot let the High Priest know. Now that the Ghost Emperor finally had some clues, he was worried that the High Priest would find out, so he had to move quickly. Go and ask the person who revealed this information. If he is able to help us find Tang Zongji, we can give him 1,000,000,000 Tao Crystal. If he could capture Chen Zhang, forget about 1,000,000,000, even 1,000,000,000 was worth it. As Chen Shang was refining the Wangwo scent, Sun Lingxing suddenly took out the communication jade symbol paper and sent a message to him. Chen Shang, are you in closed-door cultivation right now? The situation outside is not good. The divine body Venerable ancestor is here. I found 3 of them through the rats, and they are all very strong. I am not their opponent. You have to be careful when you leave. Quote. When Chen Shang received Sun Lingxing's message, he was only slightly surprised. He was not afraid of the divine body Venerable ancestor at all. I understand. If you go out by yourself, you must be careful. It's best if you don't go out. Chen Shang immediately replied. Of course, Sun Lingxing did not want to go out. She only wanted to wait here quietly for the world-defying stage divine mausoleum to open, and then go in with Chen Shang. Chen Shang thought so too, but things did not go as well as he had imagined. This was because not long after Sun Lingxing had sent the message, he had received a message from Tang Zongji. Chen Shang, you have to hide. Those fellows have already gone insane trying to find you. When Tang Zongji sent a message to Chen Shang, he was extremely furious. Chen Shang immediately asked, Old Tang, what's wrong? However, he did not receive a response even after waiting for a long time. Did they arrest Old Tang? Chen Shang immediately had such a guess, and then used the 6 realms time and space doors to teleport to the vicinity of Old Tang's location. Chen Shang listened carefully and saw that it was Tang Zongji screaming in pain. He immediately teleported into the hollow of the tree and saw that the Ghost Emperor was beating Tang Zongji up with a chain that burned with black flames. Chapter 2980. Chen Shang never thought that the Ghost Emperor would come to the primordial forest. The Ghost Emperor was from the world-defying stage. If he appeared in the forest now, it meant that his cultivation had regressed. He belonged to the Venerable ancestor later stage. Hurry up and tell me where Chen Shang is, or else you'll be in a lot of trouble from now on. The Spirit Emperor stepped on Tang Zongji's old face, and asked sternly, if you do not, I will not kill you, I will only make you wish you were dead. Pa, even if I were to die, I wouldn't do it. I don't want some people to betray their friends like they did. Tang Zongji looked at the old man behind the Ghost Emperor in anger. It was obvious that this old man had betrayed him. You're being stubborn, aren't you? I'll smash your mouth right now. The Ghost Emperor sneered, then brandished the chain again. Just as he swung the chain, he suddenly felt a very weak spatial fluctuation. Only Chen Shang was able to use the power of space here, causing him to be overjoyed, because Chen Shang had arrived and was just around the corner. He believed that he would be able to catch Chen Shang soon, and when he obtains the complete world-defying soul, he would be stronger than the Bone Emperor and Dragon Demon ancestor. Chen Shang, I know you are nearby. The Ghost Emperor suddenly laughed sinisterly, and just as he was laughing wildly, he suddenly smelled an intoxicating fragrance, which immediately made him feel refreshed, but he quickly reacted. This is the poisonous scent. When the Ghost Emperor came in, he was responsible for leading the way as well as the suppression of the poisonous scent in the sea of Wangwo flower. He had never smelt this kind of poisonous scent before, but from the description of poison, he immediately knew that he had been poisoned with the Wangwo scent's poison. Wangwo scent that had been refined by Chen Shang using the crash method were extremely terrifying, and the poison itself was extremely dense. If one could smell even a little bit of the poison, it would be extremely difficult to resist the spread of the poison. The people inside the tree hole were all poisoned. Chen Shang saw an old man taking out an antidote pill. He immediately teleported in and hit the old man with his palm, causing the old man's body to be covered in blood mist. The old man had the detoxification pill, and the person that was clearly in the forest for a long time was the old man that sold Tang Zongji out. Chen Shang, you're so despicable. The Ghost Emperor was currently immersed in an indescribable beauty, but in his heart he clearly understood that he needed to resist this devilish feeling of relaxation, or else he would sink into it. A guy like you has the word despicable. I've never seen a man as brazen as you. Chen Shang took out an antidote pill for Tang Zongji to eat, then took out a jade box. With a cold expression, he walked in front of the Ghost Emperor. At this time, the Ghost Emperor's expression was hideous, and waves of comfort were constantly assaulting his body, but he had to resist this feeling of comfort. At the same time, this feeling of comfort also made him infatuated, making him want to relax his entire body and let this comfortable feeling spread throughout his body, causing him to be in a contradiction of pain. Chen Shang opened the jade box. Inside were all some purple powder. He grabbed a handful and scattered them all over the Ghost Emperor. When the Ghost Emperor saw the purple powder, he knew that it was Wangwo sent S, but they had actually been turned into powder by Chen Shang. When he saw the powder, he felt that he was going to be trapped in a situation where life and death were worse than death. At this time, the other dragon demons had already given up on resisting, and were all intoxicated in the poisonous scent. He's pretty good, he didn't faint right away. Chen Shang stomped his foot on the Ghost Emperor's face. You have killed Time Ghost, and now we shall settle this debt. Don't worry, I won't let you die immediately. Time Ghost, you actually know the Time Ghost, so his Time Dao meridians are in your possession. Although he was immersed in the Wangwo poison, he was extremely afraid. He was afraid that when the Wangwo poison flared up in the future, he would not be able to use it to cure the poison, and he would not be able to try it again. This would be a very painful thing. That's right, so I must avenge the Time Ghost. You fellow who worked for the Dragon Demon, today I will let you know how terrifying Chen Shang am. After Chen Shang killed the other Dragon Demons, he looked at the Ghost Emperor from inside the hollow of the tree. He took out the 6 realms mirrors and had the Ghost Emperor sit on top of it, and waited like this for the Ghost Emperor to wake up. After the Ghost Emperor woke up, he had already recovered a bit of his strength. He could struggle crazily and wanted to escape from the 6 realms mirrors, but his strength was too weak. Chen Shang, quickly release me. The Ghost Emperor knew that the Forget-Me divine race had a way to cure the poison, so he hoped to be able to leave the forest as soon as possible the next time the poison appeared. Why should I let you out? You are my enemy, and you mistreated my friend. Even if I were to be kicked in the head by a donkey, I would never do such a foolish thing as letting you go. Chen Shang crossed his hands against his chest and leaned against the wall, looking at the Ghost Emperor. Had experienced it before, so he had a deep understanding of it. He also knew that torturing others using this method was the most cruel, and much more painful than torturing his body. The Ghost Emperor started to curse, but Chen Shang remained indifferent. After being injured by the Ghost Emperor, Tang Zongji had gradually recovered. He was standing right beside Chen Shang, waiting for the Wangwo poison on the Ghost Emperor's body to flare up. Their eyes were all filled with anticipation, as if they were waiting to watch a big show. The Ghost Emperor felt hatred in his heart. He couldn't understand why he would be so unlucky to actually meet a guy like Chen Shang. Very quickly, the Wangwo poison on the Ghost Emperor's body flared up, and that addiction caused his body to tremble. He longed for the intoxication brought by the poisonous scent as it could numb the pain on his body. Who else came in here other than you? Chen Shang asked, then took out a jade box. Inside the jade box was the purple-colored Wangwo poison powder. Also, and the High Priest. The Ghost Emperor's heart had already collapsed. He immediately told Chen Shang everything he knew and told him all of their plans. The High Priest is here too. This is great. Chen Zhang's eyes shone. He was extremely happy. The world-defying dragon demon actually has a complete set of world-defying soul in its hands, but unfortunately, you won't be able to enjoy it anymore. Chen Shang was anxious to deal with the High Priest, so he released a ball of fire and killed the Ghost Emperor. Seeing the Ghost Emperor burned to ashes by the world-defying god fire, Chen Shang kept the 6 realms mirrors and brought Tang Zongji to Sun Lingxing's underground palace. The spirit star isn't here. Chen Shang was shocked. Sun Lingxing had actually left, and the outside world was extremely dangerous. Other than the few Forget-Me divine races, there was also the High Priest, who was an evil and vicious bastard.